Yeah, I'm all right.
You had me, didn't you? You thought you had me, Mars. You thought you and Dub and you, Mars, you blithering idiot. You two guys thought you had me. You thought that when Miami came back and won yesterday, you were going to come in here and stick it to me. But like I always tell you, sir, if the left one don't get you, baby, the right one will. Because last night, the babyface assassin, the last standing hero, the one and only Stephen Stephen Curry. Oh, he stuck it to your ass, Mars, because you thought it was going to be a free-for-all on me today. Because, see, if the Heat would have won and the Kings would have won, oh, that would have been too good for you. You would have came in here like Birdman today. You understand? Saying you wanted with all three of me. But guess what, Mars? I'm going to get the last laugh at all times, baby. Stephen Curry, the babyface assassin. Oh, yes, sir. You counted him out, Mars. That was your guy last year. You turned your back on Steph, man. What happened? I know you saw some things. But at the end of the day, Mars, doesn't experience tell you that when you've done it at the level that Steph Curry has done it at, year after year after year for damn near a decade, isn't that enough evidence to let you know that you can go into foreign lands with Steph Curry in a game 7 with everything on the wood, on the road, and he can drop you off like he did yesterday, 50-piece, special, sweet and sour sauce, every move. He had more moves than Mike last night, and he ain't passed the ball. Well, he did a couple times because he had 6 assists. So yeah, once again, Mars, never turn your back on your people, man. You did all that capping last year for the Golden State Warriors and for Stephen Curry, but this year you turned your back. When, sir, at the end of the day, you give me one game, and you bring them little pups in here, and Bob, I know you somewhere licking your wounds, so I hope you feel all right too, Bob. I seen you making a lot of excuses yesterday, Mike Brown, this one, that one. But yeah, buddy, it's levels to this, man. And as me being a guy who criticized Steph Curry harshly, I have to say, not only is Steph Curry top 10, but if Steph Curry wins this series against LeBron James, Steph Curry would have cleared LeBron James for his career. He would have cleared LeBron James for his career because it would have been not one, not two, not three, not four, but five times he's beat LeBron James. Oh, and don't let him get the ring and stay on the stage with the Finals MVP again. Oh, your ass is grass. And like I said, yesterday was so sweet because the Lakers don't get the easy route. They got to go the hard way, baby.
Facts. Yes, they do. They do have to go the hard way.
I guess this is the hard way. I guess.
I 100%
agree with that. 100% agree with that.
You guys really think that the Warriors are a tougher matchup than the Kings?
Damn right.
Yes.
Really hard.
Yes. All the off-ball movement.
Why you like? Hold on, take it, Tone. Why you like the Kings better than the Warriors?
Well, I like the Warriors to beat the Kings, so it's not that I do. I think that the Kings play a style that is, although the Warriors used to play that style, they're a little bit older. Steph,
right.
Don't look at Game 7, but they play a much faster tempo game. And I think the Lakers don't have people who can stay in front of Fox. People like, okay, AD will be fine with Sabonis, but I think the way that they play, they're so deep and they're so fast, that has given the Lakers trouble all season long. And when you're looking at an older lineup with LeBron, not that AD is old, but you know how he is. He's always a little bit hurt. I think the Kings' speed would be tougher for the Lakers. Obviously, the experience and the background and all the stuff, all the stuff that got them past the Kings, still makes them a threat. I just think the Kings would have been a worse matchup. So I'm okay with this matchup.
So with that being said,
Warriors. And listen, you said many times. What'd you say?
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
The Warriors. So hey, if it was the Kings, people would have said, "Oh, they didn't have to play the Warriors." So let them go through the Warriors.
This is what a belt is.
Yeah.
Now the difference with what you just said, Tone, about Sacramento is we're talking about a group that's young, and yeah, they play fast. Not only do they play fast, they got one of the best lead guards in the game. But I thought the Warriors did a good job yesterday in controlling the tempo. And I think the Lakers would have done the same thing. The Lakers know that they can't get in that kind of up and down with Sacramento because they will get blown out. They know that for a fact. So the only way for them to actually have a chance to beat Sacramento is they would have to control the tempo, just like Golden State did. Golden State ran with them, but Golden State picked and chose when to run with them. They didn't just get into an up and down. And that game last night that game yesterday afternoon came down to one thing. Even as good as Looney was dominating on the backboard, right? As good as their rotation players was with Sacramento, at the end, I can only X and O you so far. That came down to my best player better than your best player.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, my best player was better than your best player. My best player is going to beat you. And your best player is not going to be able to do anything about it.
What I think, like, listen, they're both tough matchups. What I think is the Kings play at a speed of 10.
Right.
And the Warriors play at 8. So
right.
It gives the Lakers who play at a 5 just a better chance. Because I think, like, to your point, they try to slow it down, but the Kings were going to go on these runs. Right. But I don't know that the Lakers can come back because let's be honest, their defense is hit and miss. It looks great some nights, like number 1 in the league. Then you see them and you're like, what team is this?
Fluent, respectfully, that's the same thing for the Lakers. Respectfully, the same thing you say.
I'm saying that's the Lakers.
Oh, okay, no. Okay, I think you're talking about the Warriors. No, because I'm saying
Lakers.
No, I agree. You made up a good point. I don't know how Dom feel about this, Damo, but you made up a good point about the speed of the Kings, but I think the inexperience with the Kings, I think LeBron James could have went in there and got a win, and that would have crushed them early in the series. With the Warriors, I don't see the Lakers winning none of them first 2 games in Golden State. In fact, I'm gonna tell you something, man. The way Curry played in that game, 7, I think that gives Curry even more confidence going forward in his ability and his capabilities. And now I think that gives his teammates more confidence. And I think that the problem for the Lakers is going to be in this series. Darvin Ham gonna have to make a decision, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Darvin Ham cannot do what he just did against Memphis. He cannot put old boy on Steph Curry.
Vanderbilt.
He better not do that.
He's gonna put Vanderbilt.
Hold on. If he puts Vanderbilt on Curry, it's over, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. You need Vanderbilt to mix it up with Wiggins. Let him get down and do the dirty with Wiggins and let LeBron James be able to play off of Draymond. You don't need Vandy trying to chase Curry off 100 screens. That's not going to work, bro. He's going to get burnt. He's going to get beat. It's going to end up being a lot of switches because Vandy's a bigger body. So if I'm somebody coming to set a pick, it's easier for me to hit a guy like Vandy than it is for me to hit a guy who's more crafty like D'Lo or like Schroeder that's coming in the game that knows how to get over and around picks. Vandy is a good defender, bro. But he ain't nobody you putting on Steph on the shelf. Curry's going to come off 1,000,000 screens. They're going to embarrass them dudes. What they need to do is just stick with D'Lo, allow him to play fundamental defense on Steph. He's going to get beat. And this is why was my point to Fluent. Fluent has a point with the King's speed, but the Warriors' array of arsenal, meaning not just Curry, but all them other dudes that's coming off. You never, ever get a break with Klay Thompson coming off all those screens. So guess what? All the offensive production that you have from Austin Reeves, out of the window. Why? He's got to chase the immortal Klay Thompson. All the production that you're getting from other dude that's in the starting lineup, out of the window. Why? Because he's got to worry about Andrew Wiggins getting you 18, 19 points per game. And that's the dude I said that should not be starting on Steph Curry. Now, with D'Lo, his production is going to go down because he got to guard Steph Curry. He got to chase around Curry, so he gonna have all the energy in the world.
But I think that's why you don't. That's why you don't put D'Lo on Curry because
you have to.
Who do you put on Curry? You put Vanderbilt on Curry.
Biggest matchup.
On Curry.
The biggest matchup is the one you didn't mention because who is the MVP? Don't look at just.
No, I got you. No. I ain't saying that.
Warriors. No. But who's the MVP of the Warriors in this series?
And this series, this last series they just played, or the Lakers, or the one coming up.
The one they just played.
No. Curry was his MVP. Curry and Looney, I would say.
Right. So you're not going to do anything with Curry. They were throwing double teams at Curry. He still dropped 50. So you're not going to do it. Yeah. But can AD shut down Looney and change up everything that Golden State does? That's going to be the matchup I'm looking at to if the Lakers are going to have a chance at beating them. That's the one where AD.
Hold on for a second.
They're not going to
Mars, why your face like that? When he said Looney, why was your face like that?
He called Looney the MVP of the series.
Right.
So,
and why's your face like that?
Why would
because Wardell Stephen Curry II was in the series.
And I'm glad you mentioned that part that he wasn't in the series. But how did they get the second shots that they got? How were they able to speed the basketball game up?
Oh, they dominate.
Yeah, I know there's a difference. I know there's a difference.
Dominate the boards in the third quarter.
Steph Curry was still the most valuable player in the series.
Yeah.
If you want to say because Steph Curry, his baseline value and what he brings is already higher than what Looney brings.
Correct.
So Looney brought more value relative to what you expect from him. Sure, but the person who just brought the most value was Steph Curry. So
I think he's saying that
from a talent standpoint, I could get with that logic. But when you're talking about
we're the Kings and 5 people.
When you talking about a guy in Looney who averaged 16 rebounds in this game. I think he averaged 11 offensive rebounds. That extends your offensive possession. I know that sounds nuts. I know that sounds ridiculous.
Really averaged, like was it 11?
Yeah, it was something crazy. Like it was something crazy close to like 11 offensive rebounds again in the series. But with that being said, that extends your offense. Not only does that extend your offense, that puts so much more pressure on Sacramento defensively. Well, now they got to play defense longer, and that tires them down, and it slows down their offense. They can't run as much. Not only can they not run as much, now when we get late in the games, well, those legs get wobbly, and now you can really put pressure on them offensively. You can really put pressure on them. So when I think about what Looney did, I'm not sure how much more valuable anybody else was. And don't get me wrong, Mars. I think Stephen Curry, in terms of a talent standpoint, 100%. But I'm not sure how much more valuable.
Steph Curry clears everybody else in the Warriors. But what I'm saying is maybe this is bad. I expect that from Steph. What you got from Looney, I think that's going to be, maybe I'll call it something different. The X factor that if AD can neutralize that, it's a completely different
You talking
game.
about on the boards, right? You talking about on the boards, right?
On the boards, absolutely.
Yeah. And Fluent, throw this in, Dom. I know you want to say something. You and Mook. Hey, this ain't the first time Looney been doing this shit. Looney been getting a lot of boards in big series. He did that last year when they won
against the Dallas Mavericks too.
Yeah, he controlled the board. So to me, I do agree, bro. This series with the Lakers is do AD dominate, because I do think this will be a big LeBron James series, big AD scoring series. But the other guys, bro, and Dom, that's what I'm saying to you. I think the other guys, man, got so tough a defensive assignments, bro. Their scoring is not going to be with it. You're not going to see Roger Moore average 24 a game this series. You're not going to see D'Lo. You're not going to see
that, but we're not going to need that. Honestly, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. The last time I watched the Warriors play this Lakers team post trading Russell Westbrook and having this lineup,
regular season,
hey, that's fine, but you need to see it. It has to have happened. Whatever. I've watched Vando guard Curry, and it wasn't barbecue chicken. It wasn't something I was fearful of. It was actually something I actually was like, if we end up having to play them, we're going to have to rely on this guy. I don't know why y'all think we have Vando. I don't know if you think he's out there to run cardio and shoot corner threes and blow out. But he's here for this very reason. So if we have a premier guard like a John Morant, or if we had to have played the Kings, we would have had to do him with put him on De'Aaron Fox. We have him for this very reason, to put a bigger body who's going to be athletic and have the best chance of guarding him. I understand it's Stephen Curry. I understand there's not much you can really do with Stephen Curry as is. You just do what you can do the best, which is Vando. And if not Vando, I would argue, in my opinion, Dennis Schroeder in terms of defender compared to D'Lo. What we have
defensively,
Dennis Schroeder will be a better matchup. He'll be a better assignment on Steph than D'Lo.
I don't
like it, but you like D'Lo guarding him versus
Tone, I know what you're thinking, Tone, but this is if we're going between the two, it's the best of the ugly chicks.
That's John. Hold on. But I don't know if Mookie was gonna say this, but that's Dom's
lights have come on, and I got to pick one of these two.
Right.
Fluent. I don't know if Mookie was gonna say this, but that's Dom's problem. He ignoring the other dudes that can hurt you. You ignoring Clay. See, that's the last thing you want to. So all you doing is talking about attention to Steph Curry, and that's what I'm talking about. Klay Thompson's still coming off 100 screen.
You have AR chasing around Klay Thompson. I don't know.
That's how you think. Hold on. You think. I'm saying right. No, I'm saying you think that's apropos. You really think Austin Reeves?
I mean, it's the best chance we got.
You really think Austin Reeves?
I'm asking you. You think Austin Reeves got a chance in hell guarding Klay?
Yeah, I think he has.
No.
Go ahead, bro.
No, bro. Austin Reeves, Dennis Schroeder all them other guys, bro, is not great POA defenders, bro.
Compared
the Lakers
to
ain't
who?
got no good. The Lakers ain't got no good
So
POA
then when you
defenders,
use
bro.
the best
The
ones that we
offense,
have.
the offense that the Lakers struggle guarding, bro. If you look at for the whole totality of the season, is offense like the Kings, offense like the Golden State Warriors, where they run a lot of actions and stuff like that, bro. So what I'm saying is that when you line on a Dennis Schroeder, when you line on an Austin Reeves, and when you line on a 38-old LeBron James to fight through these actions that the Golden State Warriors consistently do, because you can agree that the Warriors pace is not nowhere near the Kings, but it's somewhere on a high, somewhere up there, right? And I just don't think that even if you put Schroeder or Vanderbilt on Steph Curry, they're not going to be the matchup on Steph Curry, because all the Warriors are going to do is look for the mismatch and look for the switch and stuff like that by running double stack stream.
That's fine, but me saying that Austin Reeves guarding Klay Thompson, I'm not saying he's going to lock him up. I'm not saying he's going to lock him down. It's a tough assignment. I understand that, but it's the lesser of both evils. Like what we have on the roster, I'm just telling you what's the best operable lineup, what's the best player-to-player matchup you can have. I would rather have LeBron James on Andrew Wiggins for the simple fact I watched Andrew Wiggins in his last series. Hear me out. I watched Andrew Wiggins in his last series take Malik Monk on the post whenever he wanted and just hook shot when they needed.
Don't do that, Don. Don't do that, Don.
No.
That's why I said to you.
Come on,
because here the problem I'm having, Ticket. The problem I'm having, Ticket, is we looking at this from a talent standpoint. Now, we can all agree the Warriors are more talented than the Los Angeles Lakers. That's number one. Number two, if we're looking at this unit, we cannot expect LeBron James to throw this unit on his back like that. So it's going to take a collective effort. The problem we have with this collective effort is the Lakers got a bunch of one-dimensional guys who, if they're not doing this or this specifically, they're useless. If Beasley's not making shots, he's useless. There's no reason for him to be on the floor. If Troy Brown is not making shots, he's useless. There's no reason for him to be on the floor. If Gabriel is not rebounding, he's useless. There's no reason for him to be on the floor. So with that all being said, we have to get those guys to do what they need to do what they do the best. So a guy like Vanderbilt, we can also agree that Steph Curry throughout his career has struggled with length and athleticism. Actually, Mikal Bridges.
Don't do that, Chill.
That's a fact.
Don't do that, though, Chill. Don't do that, bro. Bro, don't do that, man.
Where am I going wrong at?
Because what you said about Wiggins, y'all, you and Dom are going wrong, bro. Y'all, if you put Vandy on the point guard, that forces LeBron James' hand to have to guard Wiggins. You don't want to do that. You need LeBron's offense. So you would rather have LeBron guarding Draymond Green to where he can help, because LeBron has been good in helping on defense, taking charges, because he's been able to shift over and move off his guy. If you put him on Wiggins, now he got to sit down, because Wiggins ain't just out there standing around. He going to come give you 19 to 20 points a game. So now you got to play D on him, and you expect LeBron James to score, all because you two want to put Vandy on the point guard. Wait a minute, Ticket. You're completely leaving out the fact that Draymond Green is the facilitator of this offense. It's not like he's just standing around doing nothing. But that's not what I'm saying. LeBron can help off of him, bro.
Even if he does help off of him, he's still a facilitator of that offense. And he's still a lot of action. Right? But you just looking at it from say that one more time.
Coming off the bench.
Draymond started.
I think he's going to start.
Yeah, Draymond started. I told you guys he was going to start game 7. He back in the lineup.
Are you putting LeBron on? I'm asking a
You
question.
damn right I'm putting LeBron on Draymond, because I want LeBron more as a roamer. I want LeBron.
How does LeBron roam guarding Draymond if Draymond's setting screens for Steph Curry?
Because LeBron, this is why. Because when Draymond gets rid of the ball, LeBron James doesn't have to worry about him as a threat from the perimeter to score the ball. He not no threat of a three-point shot. He not no threat of a guy that can give you 20 on a regular basis. Wiggins is. So now if I'm playing Wiggins, we was just, y'all dudes act like we just weren't in here talking last week about how Wiggins got a bag and is offensively talented. So Wiggins ain't a dude that's going to be he going to put pressure on LeBron James offensively. He going to attack LeBron James. You don't need LeBron James getting fouled.
So is Draymond Green not setting screens anymore because LeBron's guarding him in this case?
No, you're not hearing me. I'm saying the way LeBron can guard him, the way LeBron guards Draymond Green is he's on the perimeter, I step back. I'm going under all the picks. So now if Draymond goes to set screens, I'm stepping back.
Under picks?
That's just
playing. You're not hearing me. Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. When he does the dribble hand, when Draymond does the dribble handoffs or passes, hold on. when Draymond does dribble handoff
on me, you think they're going under screens on Curry?
No, you gotta hear what I'm saying.
Let him explain.
Listen what I'm saying. When Draymond does dribble handoffs, or when he passes and then goes and picks the guy, all LeBron needs to do is step back because Draymond is not a threat from the perimeter on a pick and pop. So you step back. If Draymond rolls, he rolls into you. Because normally when Draymond sets a pick, he'll go pick and then he'll try to roll. So if I'm LeBron, I'm guarding Draymond. I don't have to worry about that. Right. But if I'm guarding Wiggins and Curry calls up Wiggins and set the pick and pop, now LeBron got all kind of problems. Why? Because Wiggins can pop, he can attack you from the perimeter, and he can roll and attack you going to the basket. You don't want LeBron utilizing that type of energy on defense because you need his offense.
No drop covers.
Here got a problem. Here got a problem with your logic, Ticket. You talking about Draymond like he Ewing, where you don't have to chase guys off screens, where he's just gonna dive to the basket and you could just meet him there. And if I'm playing off of Draymond with Klay Thompson coming off screens, that's drop coverage. Klay Thompson is sticking that 18-footer all night long.
I'm saying you're not hearing me. Hold on. Listen what I'm saying.
You can't play drop coverage.
No, you're taking what I'm saying. Hold on. You're taking what I'm saying wrong. I'm saying it's Draymond Green. If Fluid is setting a pick for you, I'm guarding Fluid. Right. Fluid can't shoot. I ain't gonna say that because Fluid probably can't really shoot. Let's say he can't shoot, right? Fluid can't shoot, right? So I know Fluid. I know that I'm good with his percentages from behind the 3-point line. So Fluid sets a pick. I'm his man. Guess what? I got a guard in D'Lo. I got a guard in Schroeder who are good fighting over the screens or going under the screens. Quick. However we want to contain it, right? However we want to call it, that's what we're going to do. So we're not going under the screens on Steph Curry. We're going over. So, but if I'm LeBron James, guess what I don't want to do? I don't want to get into, unless we're trapping Curry off every pick and roll, I don't want to get into situations where I got to go up and hedge every time. Hold on. I don't want to go up and hedge him every time. That's going to wear LeBron James out. That's why what I'm saying to you guys is what LeBron James needs to do is play a guy like Draymond Green, where he can play a play the field type of defense, where he doesn't have to do all, because Draymond Green is like, they're going to listen. If he guards Wiggins, they're going to call Wiggins up on a pick and pop, pick and roll every single time with LeBron in it, and they're going to wear their ass out.
You telling me that the Lakers switching that action?
That's what I was getting ready to get into, because all of that, that's exactly what I'm going to say, because that action that the Golden State Warriors have on the perimeter, you honestly think that these guys, LeBron James, D'Lo, Schroeder, they're going to be fighting through screens? No, you're going to get a lot of switches on the perimeter, particularly with LeBron James, because like you just said, you don't want to tire LeBron James out. Well, first of all, at that age, we're going to hunt him. According to your logic, we're going to hunt LeBron James, and we want to get him in as much pick and pop. We want to get him in as much action as possible to get him to switch.
I'm saying if he has Wiggins on him, because now listen. Because if I'm Curry and LeBron comes and traps me, guess what? I got Wiggins popping out. I can just give it to Wiggins. He going to work. So now I've drawn LeBron away from him. And now I've compromised the Lakers defense because Wiggins can operate and go get buckets. So LeBron can't really help like that. He got to stay true. That's why I told this dude, Dom, keep LeBron away from Wiggins. You want him on Draymond Green. So if you get caught off guard and Draymond gets the ball, he is not a great ball handling dude that can take the ball and go get a bucket versus what Wiggins can do. I would rather have LeBron guarding Draymond to where he can play the field. And if he gets burnt, he ain't likely to get burnt the way he will guarding Wiggins. Wiggins is a talented offensive player, and he's a sneaky guy in this series, bro. I'm telling y'all. That's why I told y'all you don't put Vanderbilt on the point guard. You need Vandy to bang up with Wiggins. Vandy's young. He's athletic. He's around the same size as Wiggins. You put him with Wiggins. You put LeBron with Draymond. You put AD with Looney Tunes. You put D'Lo with Steph, and you put Austin Reeves with Klay Thompson, and you try your chances, bro.
I want to hear Mars's rebuttal to this. Mars, can you tell us how you feel about this whole LeBron guarding Draymond?
Ticket just explains what Boston did against the Warriors in the finals. They put their best roam defender on Draymond Green. And what they did, you explained drop coverage and took 10 minutes to do it. What they did was they put their best rim defender on Draymond Green, and to not give up Draymond Green in the short roll, they played the roaming defender deep. But what that did is, because Draymond Green is the best at giving a handoff and re-screening, you're giving Steph Curry 5 feet of space to shoot open threes. All you're explaining is Steph Curry's going to have wide open threes all game. That's exactly. If you go watch the Boston,
actually, he played like trash last year. Draymond played like trash in the Boston Celtics series. So what are you talking about?
You thinking
What is-
about
what is
him
Steph doing in
scoring
the
at-
finals?
You thinking
No,
about him
No, I'm talking about all the way across the board. Hold on. I'm talking about all the way across the board. They struggle with him in the game.
I wasn't finished.
Take
Keep
your
going.
hand off your eyes,
I wasn't finished. What you just spoke facts. They took Draymond Green out the series offensively, doing that 100%. They gave up wide open Steph Curry threes to do that.
They were winning the game. Hold on. So why did they lose the game, Mars? They didn't lose the game because of that. They lost it. Why did they lose the game? Let's be honest with why they lost the game.
What game?
No, why they lost the series?
Ime Udoka was playing drop coverage on Steph, bro.
No. That wasn't why they lost the series, though.
Then why did they?
That was part of that's part of the reason why
they lost the series. They lost the series because they got burnt by the other guys, like Wiggins, who was getting 14, 15 fucking rebounds and 20 points. Remember that whole series, Wiggins, we was thinking, damn, Wiggins might be the runner-up for finals MVP. He was killing. He killed that whole series. Hold on. Once again, because y'all missed this whole point. Go back and look at Wiggins' series. I dare Fluent to pull it up. Wiggins is the dude that can kill you. I don't want no LeBron James around him in this series, bro. Why? Because Wiggins can pick up a couple easy fouls on LeBron James because LeBron's gonna try and take a challenge and sit in a chair against this dude. He's 38 years old. I don't want him doing that. I want him with the least minimal having to do that type of shit on defense in this series. Why? Because I need his offense in this series. Because the other dudes are going to be busy guarding elite offensive scores on the other end. So I'm not getting the 17 points per game from Austin Reeves in this series I got last series. I'm not getting 24 points per game like I got last series from Rui Hachimura. I'm not getting the same 19 points per game this series I got from D'Lo. Why? Because they got the toughest assignments. They got to chase Curry, chase Clay, and you got Wiggins. And guess what? They better whole pool party ain't on fire coming in the game. You never get a break coming up on those screens.
Can I ask the Laker fans something? Do y'all think that the Lakers are y'all worried more for the Lakers defense or their offense? Because I think like we speaking about the Lakers is more defensively and not speaking more of their offense. Like, let's be real. Against the Memphis Grizzlies, be fair, the Memphis Grizzlies is probably better than almost every defense in the league because their defense is that great. But I've seen the Lakers offensively struggle getting to their sets. I've seen Darvin Ham not really utilize Vanderbilt in any actions. They usually put Vanderbilt in the baseline or in the corner three and put their roaming defender on Vanderbilt, and he be limited offensively. I seen Anthony Davis couldn't post up smaller guards, and at time it really blew up the play for the Lakers where they were reverting on isolation situations. What kind of action you talking about with the Lakers? Because there is no action. It's I'm talking about this literally just fronting Anthony Davis in the post. Just put the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
Davis
so when they on offense, there is no action off the basketball. It's throw the ball into Anthony Davis.
No. Y'all struggle getting to y'all sets. That's what I'm saying. That the Lakers struggle getting to their sets with Anthony Davis just posting up at the elbow because Anthony Davis cannot establish position in the post because that's not what he's good at.
I don't think Looney's going to push him around more than what
I'm not putting Looney. I'm not even putting Looney on AD. I'm putting Draymond Green on Anthony Davis.
I don't think he's.
I'm putting Looney.
Draymond is 100% guarding Vanderbilt. I just want you to know that he's 100% guarding Vanderbilt.
No. I would put Looney on Vanderbilt and put put Draymond Green on Anthony Davis. Even if you guard Anthony Davis, Draymond Green guard Anthony Davis the best out of anybody in the league. I believe almost anybody in the league. I would put Looney. I would put
AD's historically done to Golden State.
That's not
Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying.
I would put. I'm the only nigga that picked the Warriors to win last series, and I won 3 bets. So pay me my fucking money.
I will put. This is what I'm saying.
Whoa! You're not the only one who picked the Warriors to win last series. That's a damn lie.
I think everyone but me and Bob had.
I got 3 bets on that series, and
100% confident I had the Warriors in 6.
Everyone but me and Bob.
Mars bet against them too.
I literally just everyone but me and Bob had the Warriors.
But hold on, we're getting off the track here. Let's get back on Anthony Davis not being able to do his thing against
what I'm saying is that I will put Looney on Vanderbilt to be a roamer because Vanderbilt, the Darvin Ham does not utilize Vanderbilt in enough cut actions or any pick and roll to the goddamn basket as well. They don't use Vanderbilt enough offensively. They just put them at the baseline or put them at the corner corner three and ask him to be a spot up shooter, and he's not really that good at doing that. So that's why I will put Looney to roam off of Vanderbilt because he's not a threat offensively, and I'll put my best one-on-one defender on Anthony Davis, and I believe that he can guard Anthony Davis. Almost everybody in the almost one of the best in the league at guarding Anthony Davis one-on-one. So that's what I would do.
First of all, not only that, Ticket. First of all, your best one-on-one defender is Andrew Wiggins. So we'll start.
But Andrew Wiggins is not guarding Draymond Green.
Right.
I mean, Andrew Wiggins not guarding Anthony Davis.
Draymond.
Hey, hold on. I need everybody to talk once. You guys can all rebuttal him. Go ahead, Mars. You got it first.
Draymond Green, not only is he the best roamer on Golden State, he might be the best roamer in the NBA. So having him roam just makes more sense than having Looney roam. Looney's also a larger body, and Anthony Davis has routinely cooked Draymond Green in the playoffs. Like, you want to go back to 2015, he cooked him. You want to go back to 2018,
Anthony Davis.
He's routine
guarded by Draymond Green.
Yeah, Draymond Green has struggled against Anthony Davis, and that's not a knock on Draymond Green. That's just how good Anthony Davis is. Draymond Green as a roamer of Vanderbilt is like the most advantageous position you have him.
That makes no sense.
He can help routinely on Anthony Davis post-ups if he tries to spin middle, and Looney's just going to be told to force Anthony Davis baseline, because Anthony Davis, when he has to spin baseline, struggles making reads out of that, and he's not exactly comfortable going that way. So
agree.
I think that's
but that's the thing. You telling me, hold on, you telling me that Looney is the best matchup that you can put on Anthony Davis and he can hold his own on Anthony Davis? That's what you're telling me.
I think it makes more sense to have Draymond roaming than Looney.
He can't hold his own against Anthony Davis, but based on what the Warriors have, that's what they have to do. It's just like no one can hold their own against Steph, but that's why you put Vando on him, because that's the best shot.
I think y'all underrating Looney's ability to roam. Y'all underrating Looney's ability to try.
Flo, you want to make a bet? What you just said? You want to make a bet?
Okay.
No. If you put Vandy on Steph, this is over in 5 games, dog.
Put who on Steph?
If he puts Vanderbilt on Steph Curry, this series is over in 5 games.
Wait, Fluent, can I ask you a question? What would be the lineup be that you would run to start off against the Warriors? Like,
say that.
Lineup? Because I'm looking at it, and if I'm putting Vando on Steph, and I'm looking at my options, I'm thinking you probably run a relatively bigger lineup, because I'm like, I'm trying to weigh it and how everything will work out, and I'm thinking Rui starting instead of Reeves.
Rui starting on Wiggins, LeBron on Green, and AD on Looney. That's where you're probably going, and then you have to make a decision between D'Lo and Reeves, or Schroeder, who you're going to have match up with Clay.
All right.
So who's your
hold up right quick.
Thank you for that stat, GMT. I mean, I won't put no freaking. Go ahead.
This is where I have to intervene. We're going to come back and talk about all the series predictions later on in the show. We're going to talk about all the series, but I want to bring things back to the focal point of what just happened, the magnitude of Steph's 50-point game, and what that means for his legacy and just that game in general. I want to talk a little bit more about that. So let's rewind. Let's get back into that, and then we're going to jump into these super chats. But I want to ask everybody, how do they feel about Steph, this 50-point game, and just that game 7 in general? I'm going to start with you, Damo.
Well, me, I feel like I'm going to have a hot take on this one, because I don't really feel like that. The 50-point game was marvelous game, crazy game. It didn't do much for his legacy.
Don't do it, dog.
No, can I finish? Can I finish?
I would like you to go. I would like you to go.
Yeah, keep going, Dom.
I don't feel like it pushes the needle on his legacy to me, because he's already the greatest point guard on my list. He's already top 10 on my list. I have Steph Curry 6-7 on my all-time top 10 list. So he's already high. I already have a high praise for Steph Curry. So this 150-point game in a game 7 wasn't something that made me say, "Oh my God, Steph is just my blah blah blah." No,
you have him on already. So how much higher can he go? Okay, fair.
It was a great game. It was a marvelous game. It was a Steph Curry like game. It was
nothing he does from everything he's done right now. You just said, now put this on point, Ron. This boy is slick. Hey boy, you slicking it low. This fool said, I got him as point guard. So, but let me get this straight. So it's nothing Steph Curry can do in your eyes to pass LeBron James?
Oh my Jesus. When did I say that?
Yeah. I'm asking you. No, I ain't say you said I'm asking you. I asked you a question.
Is there something
Let's
Steph
not
Curry
get
has
into
to do?
LeBron.
Yeah. Hey, put him on the screen. Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's get right to it, right? So is there anything in your mind, 50-point game sevens, all this legacy stuff we talking about now, is there anything in your mind? Because you got LeBron ranked over Steph, right?
Sure do.
Right now, so is there anything in your mind that Steph can do that passes LeBron James?
LeBron James, yeah.
What is that?
I would say for me, it would take a case of LeBron obviously not winning anymore to add to his legacy, not doing anything else, and Steph, getting 2 more rings?
Two more rings. Boy,
What?
Hey, boy, these dudes, bro. Man, hey, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the cap. This is the cap I'm talking about right here. You're
So why y'all got? Hold
a man got 4 world championships, headed to 5, maybe about to back-to-back, maybe about to get another Finals MVP. And you talking about to win 2 more chips to pass LeBron?
That would give him 6 rings.
Hold on. Hold on. This is what I don't understand.
He's saying your bar is too high. Steph shouldn't have to win 2
Hold on, but
more
this is
to
what I
pass
don't
LeBron.
understand.
That's
This is
what
what I understand, right?
Why not?
He's saying he only has to do a little bit more, not that much.
Hold on. This is what I don't understand, right? They saying Steph.
Talk to us, Smokey. Talk to us.
They saying Steph needs to get 6 rings to pass LeBron James all the time, but
They ain't saying
meanwhile,
that.
but hold
Hold
on. But meanwhile,
Don't say they. He said
but
that.
meanwhile,
Don't say
but that's
they.
most of the LeBron fans when I talk about this conversation. They say that Steph Curry needs about 6 rings to surpass LeBron James and more Finals MVPs and all that. But meanwhile, they got LeBron James over Michael Jordan, and LeBron James' accolade doesn't even come over Michael Jordan. And even when LeBron James won in 2016, they put him over Michael Jordan, they put him over Kobe Bean Bryant, they put him over Tim Duncan, and his accolades didn't even come close. But now you telling me that Steph Curry needs the accolades to surpass LeBron James, bro? Y'all can't have it both ways, bro. I can't do it. Y'all can't have it both ways.
No one's trying to have anything both ways. What I say, if you ask me what else does Steph Curry need to do to pass LeBron James, and I'm not going to get more than 2 sentences after that because niggas are going to interrupt me. So it's obviously more things. That's just the first thing. 2 more rings. Also continue the longevity that he has because LeBron James is my GOAT because a large part of his longevity along with his accolades, it's a ton of things that go into this. Right. But you also need LeBron to not do anything else to add to his legacy. That's why this is a huge caveat. And it's hypotheticals.
One more thing though, before you go any further, Don, how did we get on LeBron James? We was talking about Steph Curry and James.
I'll break it up. I'll break it up.
I got smoke for your ass. I got smoke for your ass, Chilltown. I got smoke for your ass. I got heat for you, Chilltown. I got heat for you, Chilltown.
Go get bad over LeBron James.
I got heat for you, Chilltown. Hey, Chilltown. I got heat for you. I got heat for you. Nah, I got heat for you, Chilltown. I got heat for you. He tried to be slick. He tried to be slick. No, he trying to be slick. No, he trying to be slick. You heard what he said. You heard what Dom said. He tried to be slick, and he can't get through my store with that. Hold on. What he did was this. Ron asked him about the 50-point game, right? So we talking about legacy. So he says, oh, well, the 50-point game does nothing for me because he's the highest I've already got him on the point guard. Okay, no. We ain't talking about point guard. I asked you where you have him, but what does it do for his overall? Hold on. I asked him about his overall legacy, bro.
The best player in this
overall
generation.
Legacy, sir. And you said, and you capping. Hold on, you capping for Dom Chilltown because your ass know this too. Hold on,
that's why
Chilltown. Your biscuit and gravy eat ass know this too. Chilltown. You know good and damn well if Steph Curry whip that boy again, your ass ain't gonna say he better either. Y'all dudes is sad.
Ron, you brought up the conversation to us.
He beat him with KD. He beat him without KD. He gonna beat his ass again. You ain't gonna say a damn thing.
What about what Steph Curry did yesterday?
Make me sick.
Let's talk about what Steph Curry did yesterday and how awesome he was yesterday. We're talking about a guy who played against a team in the Sacramento Kings who I thought wasn't no way they was going in there and beating them. This is why you play the regular season, so you could get Game 7 on your home floor. You got the crowd behind you. You got a great home record. You got the tools to do it. Only except Steph Curry, not just Steph Curry, but that Sacramento group, 116 playoff games combined for them. Steph Curry alone got 141. So that crew, when they walked into Sacramento yesterday, wasn't tripping on them. I thought that they had that series wrapped up. Steph Curry looked so calm, so ice cold. He looked like I am built for this. This is why I'm on the crew. I thought Steve Kerr did a great job in managing Steph Curry. If you saw during the timeouts, we got 4 timeouts. If you out of gas, just let me know. We will use these timeouts just to make sure you stay fresh. Steph Curry got to his spots. Steph Curry looked as fresh and as poised as he possibly could. He played his game, and Sacramento couldn't do anything to take him out of his game. This is what Game 7. This is what great players do in big time games. I believe his name is Moss from the University of Miami. He said big time players step up in big time games, and that's what Steph Curry did yesterday. And all praise to him. That was a fantastic game from him. 100%.
I'm gonna say this: the people that sat there and said that the Warriors were going to lose in 5 games, and that the Warriors was done, especially when it was down 2-0, man. Give nothing but respect to the Golden State Warriors championship pedigree. Give them nothing but respect for the Golden State Warriors game the way they play offensively and defensively, right?
Mook, you should have been up here, Mook. We gotta listen to people. Yo, the Kings, they just a better team. There's nothing that the Warriors can do with them. Kings is just a better team. I'm like, man.
AKA Mars, he said that.
Oh man.
But like I said, man, I told y'all that experience would pay the key, man. In the Golden State Warriors experience in that game 7, alongside what they did defensively, especially getting key rebounds. Looney was he was Wilt Chamberlain on the boards. The way that he was bodying Sabonis, getting rebounds, getting second chance points, the way they were scoring, the way that Steph Curry was scoring on all 3 levels efficient. This was not even a game about Steph Curry being efficient. It's about getting a bucket, doing everything he can to get a bucket for his team. So this great game for the Golden State Warriors. But yeah, man, that was just
put Fluent on the screen. Put Fluent on the screen, Ron. Put Fluent ass on the screen. I want to hear what he got to say.
Oh, I appreciate
it. Ass, Fluent.
I appreciate it. Thank you. First off, I want to say congratulations to the Kings. They had a phenomenal season.
Yeah, they did.
First time making the playoffs in 17 years. Took the champs to 7 games. To Bob, Ox, Fox, and Sabonis. Remember, catch and release, or eat what you catch. Those are the rules for fishing. Lastly, I want to say this: if you don't think accolades and games matter to players, watch Steph Curry in the last 2-3 minutes of that game, 2 minutes of that game, when he has like 45 points. He is very well aware that the record he wants to get is 50, and that's why he stays in that game. They're up by 20, and he stays in to get his 50. 1,000,000%. Just watch him.
Hold on, Ron. Put me on the double with Fluent, because I'm gonna put your ass on the wire right now too. I'm gonna put your ass on the docket. So Fluent, I'm gonna ask you this, Fluent.
Then you can ask.
Go ahead.
So what did it mean? It was a phenomenal game by Steph Curry. Proves that he is, for anyone that didn't know, one of the greatest players to ever play basketball, period. It proves that. But let's not go crazy. Most points in a game 7 ever in the history of the NBA. Give him his flowers. Yes. What's the first round? Let's not, wasn't the finals. First round. So keep it in perspective.
Okay, Fluent. Let's not jackstraps. Okay, let's not jackstraps, Fluent. Okay, I'm gonna ask you straight, because I can't get a straight answer from your road dog in crime up there, crime dog McGruff, got daggone Chilltown. So I'm coming to your ass. Now I'm gonna ask you, Fluent, and I want you to be very honest, because I know you're an honest, respectable dude. If Steph Curry smoked LeBron James again and goes on to close the deal this year, in your mind, does that pass him with all the performances you have seen? Now this being a 50 points game 7. Then you smoke LeBron. Then you probably got to go through KD or the Denver Nuggets, who Jokic has been playing at an all-world level. Then you're going to have to go to the finals again and probably beat the Celtics or one of those other teams that's going to come out the East. Does that then, if Curry closes that deal, does that then, in your eyes, pass LeBron James?
So the question is, if Steph goes to the NBA final, wins the NBA final, wins the finals MVP, does that pass LeBron?
Yes.
And the answer is no.
Man, y'all some man.
Wow.
I'll tell you why.
So that means that Steph will be the greatest player ever.
Why? Can I tell you
but LeBron is not the greatest player ever.
In your mind, because you the only one that got
LeBron is not the greatest player ever.
If he passed him, if he does this,
that's in your mind.
Steph Curry is the best player in this generation. That's the conversation that be had. Stephen Waddell Curry is the best player in this generation, ladies and gentlemen.
In his generation,
absolutely. Bro. The way that he's won more in less time, the way that he's been the best player on a championship dynasty team. He didn't have a jump ship like LeBron James and go stack up with super teams and stuff like that and leave the grind and stuff like that, right? Hold on. He had to do all that. LeBron James, Stephen Waddell Curry, right? He's arguably had one of the greatest offensive peaks of all time in 2015.
Correct.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then doing that by leading the Golden State Warriors as a leading guy to a championship, right? And on top of that, Steph Curry, listen, from a skill standpoint, he don't blow you away with athleticism. He don't blow you away with him being physically dominant, bro. He's a 6'3" guard, bro. And it's elevating the game and changing the game from behind the three-point line and just dominating it as well, bro. So if you put all of that into a perspective, bro, I just don't understand why you cannot call him the best player in this generation.
Do you guys remember what I said last week? Do you remember? No one bothered to listen to my why, but do you remember what I told you guys last week? And when I said if Steph Curry makes it to the NBA final, wins Finals MVP this year, I'm gonna have to put him over Magic. Where do I have Magic all time?
4.
That means that's where Steph's probably gonna end up. Which again, I don't rank him until they're done. So if he's at 4, which puts him in the conversation with Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, and then Curry. How much more do you want from this guy?
No, he just want him over James. That's all he wants. He wants him over James. That's it.
And the reason
hold on. That's it.
Hold on. Chill town. Why?
Let me finish, because you didn't let me finish before either. The reason, that's why I said let me finish and give you the reason why I don't put him over James. One is because I don't rank people till they're done. So there's still more work to do until they retire. And then at that point, when I look at it, I'm going to have to look at their longevity, their ability, my eye test, the stats, the accolades.
All that stuff matters, B. All that stuff matters.
So when I look at the end of the day, that's why I'm not putting over today. But at the end, when they both retire, then we can have that conversation. That's why I said,
but I got the chill town. I got the burner for your ass. Doesn't losing 6 NBA finals matter too, sucker?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
How many has Curry lost?
Why is this about LeBron anyways?
No, because these don't. Because Dom thought he was slick. Dom thought he was slick. Damo thought he was slick. Coming here talking about, he trying to put him in a box.
See what you did, Damo? It's your fault.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell this has to do with it, but that's fine.
I have Steph Curry already number 6 all time on my top 10 list. It's my fault.
I can't believe y'all LeBron fans.
Hold up, Mookie. Hold up.
Stephen Curry in high regard and high praise.
Losing logic. That's so goofy. Everybody doesn't win every year. Players don't win the NBA championship every year.
How many championships?
But they got to the finals. They won
every year.
Your man's got to the finals and lost.
How many finals he lost?
Magic didn't win it every year.
How many
he got to
finals
the finals 10 times and won only 4
didn't win it every year.
How many finals did Steph Curry lose?
Didn't win it every year. These guys all didn't win the NBA championship.
I want you to answer the question.
That means that they
about
lost
when he got to the NBA finals. What did he do?
That means that these guys lost more than they won.
Boy,
what did they do when the Grand State of the NBA finals?
I'm on your ass this series. This is gonna be the greatest series. This is gonna be one of the greatest series ever. I'm gonna be on your ass. I swear, if you guys ain't watching this on the Player's Choice, if y'all not watching the panel, I swear something ain't right about you, boy. Because I'm gonna be on Fluent and Phil Town ass.
I want to make sure that we 100% clear about this.
You gonna have nightmares about me.
You want to make sure that we clear about this ticket. I want to make sure that you're clear about this too. You ain't the only one in the gym. I'm in the gym too, and I ain't scared of you, homeboy. I'm on your ass just like you on mine. You want that word? You want motherfucker? Well, you got it. Ain't nobody you. Just like you in the gym, I'm in the gym too. Just like you come in the gym for an hour, I'm in there for 2 hours. Just like you getting up 100 shots, I'm getting up 1,000, and I'm on your ass just like you on mine. So if you think for 1 second that just because James, just like if you think for 1 second that just because this Steph Curry laid unit, which is more talented, I'm gonna run from the smoke. No ticket. I already got my pack on my back, and I'm running in the burning building. That's called ticket.
More talented. Hold on, more talented. There you go with the lies again. Dennis Schroeder, X 6 Man of the Year runner-up. Hold on, let me finish. Dennis Schroeder, X 6 Man of the Year runner-up. Roy Hachimura was a start on the team, respectable NBA role player, averaging 13 points per game. Also, you got Austin Reeves out here looking like the next coming of goddamn old boy that was in Utah.
Undrafted Austin Reeves. You didn't care about Austin Reeves last year. You didn't care about him. He's balling at another level. He's won y'all playoff games. This is true. This ain't false. These are facts, sir. So don't do that. You got D'Lo. And this is also the same Austin Reeves.
They got Anthony Davis.
Let's make sure we flip that around, because we were compare. I had to listen to people comparing. Jordan Poole to Bradley Beal last season. That they're telling me that Jordan Poole might be Donovan Mitchell good at some point. I listened to that logic. Yeah, that's the
And
kind
see,
of logic.
and your boy Fluent is a hypocrite. Fluent is a hypocrite, y'all. Fluent is a hypocrite too, and I'm gonna tell y'all why Fluent's a hypocrite. I just got your ass cold red-handed. Fluent is a hypocrite because he said, Mookie, listen to this, y'all. Fluent said he can't rank Steph Curry right now like he wants to because he ain't finished his career. But this motherfucker ranked LeBron James.
20
That's
years?
crazy. Come on,
20
Fluent.
years?
Come on,
20 years?
You a hypocrite. You can't beat me.
But you can't rank
win.
LeBron James according to that
can't
logic.
win.
According to that criteria.
years?
Only exception after 20 years.
So LeBron James is exception to the rule, but a guy that won more in less time than Steph Curry is not.
Damn, 20
Yes,
years?
because LeBron James, if he were to end his career today, that's what I'm saying. I make an exception because it's 20 years later.
20 years.
The only one in all the players ever in the history of basketball.
But Fluent. But
That's
Fluent.
7 more years.
Oh, hold on.
20 years, I'll make an exception for him.
But if you played longer than me, right, and I played lesser than you, and I won the same amount of rings, bro.
But that's why I have Jordan over LeBron because he got more in less time. Absolutely.
So why can't
rule has
Steph
always
Curry be
been,
the exception
I
of the
do
rule,
not
bro?
rank active players. I made an exception for James because he's exceptional.
This is
He's the
based so
exception rule.
this is based solely on championships. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that.
And that's not the
That's
only
all it is.
thing.
It's
That's
about
all
talent
this is.
too. It's about
No, it ain't.
talent.
No, it is not.
It's about
No,
talent.
it is not.
Steph Curry
No,
can
it
make
is
the
not.
claim. Hold on,
No, it is not.
chill,
There's
Town.
no way.
Steph Curry can
No
make
way
the
it's
claim that he's peaked better offensively than LeBron James, bro. If you look at that 2015 season, that's arguably one of the greatest offensive seasons of all time. We're looking at it from a guy that scored over 30 points, right? And it was give you the elite playmaking. It was give you the great passing as well.
Correct.
But he was give you the efficiency, right? He was averaging over 30, shooting what 50, 40, 90, man. That was he was the only player that was ever do that.
Ever did that.
Only player
he ever did that.
Okay, so
Only
what I'm
season
saying
he
is
ever did that.
Steph Curry's peak offensively is you can make an argument
So,
it's better
so
than
I'm
LeBron
glad, so,
James.
so I'm glad you
what
mentioned
about Wilt? Hold on. What about Wilt? Where do you rank Wilt?
Wilt Chamberlain?
Yeah.
No, Wilt.
No.
Wilt
Where do you rank Wilt?
all time? Where you rank Wilt all time?
Yeah.
I don't rank players that played in that Jim Crow
I
basketball. I rank Wilt like top 11, top 15.
Okay.
Yeah, he's up there.
His peak offense was better than all of them.
Yeah, his peak offense was great, but also you got to talk about the era that he played in.
So we factor in other stuff too.
In context.
I don't praise guys. I don't praise guys that played in Jim Crow basketball.
Against LeBron. Steph Curry played against LeBron James.
I can get with that.
And Shaq is you can make Shaq to me is more dominant than Wilt in my opinion.
Hold on, hold on 1 second. But the only reason why I'm saying this to y'all is this: the man said if he won 5 world championships, and most of the championships he'd have been beating LeBron along the way.
But again,
these are facts.
Just so you know, Tone. Just so you know,
all
Tone.
the credit to winning a championship on one player and all the discredit.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying that I'm saying to you, hold on. I'm saying to you, if he smokes this dude, I just said if he smokes him again, goes to the chip, this will be 5 NBA championships.
Yep.
How many back-to-backs would he have won? It would have been 2 different back-to-backs.
Yep.
2 different back-to-backs. LeBron has never done that. Also, he's probably gonna win Finals MVP again.
I just won the NBA championship.
Say what? What you say?
No one's
And then, hold on, and Fluent, I ain't finished. Hold on, and then Fluent, guess what? He's picked to win the chip again next year. They win this year.
So if he 3-peats, my goodness.
Come on, bro.
Hey, bro, if he 3-peats, bro.
Wait. You're doing a whole lot of what ifing. So what if the Lakers sweep the Warriors and
if the Lakers sweep the Warriors, it's over with. It's over with in that argument.
LeBron gets the Finals MVP.
It's over with. It's over. Time out. It's over with in that argument. It ain't even a discussion no more. But I'm saying the Fluent. Chill keeps saying, oh well, no. Bro, the man, LeBron James, had a great career, but we got to tell the truth. He lost 6 NBA Finals, mainly stacking his teams.
And he lost
how many finals have Steph lost? Steph stacked his teams a few years too, but how many finals have he lost?
Hey, Tickle, let me
those 6 NBA finals. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, Tickle, let me ask you a question. Has Steph Curry ever lost a championship where he had a super team or a stacked team and lost in the Grand State of Mall in the NBA Finals?
Yeah, the only one he lost was KD when KD got hurt.
No, I'm talking about 17 and 18 when they had that where look at the Golden State Warriors as a super team. Did you look? Did Steph Curry lose the NBA Finals?
He never underachieved.
He never underachieved. Let me make sure I'm understanding y'all correctly. He never underachieved. This is the dude who was on a team that went 73-9.
No, I said with KD. With KD.
NBA history.
No, I'm saying with KD.
Had the best record in NBA history and had the biggest collapse in NBA history in the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
Well, hey, look, it ain't my fault LeBron snitched on him.
Oh, yeah, Draymond Green was hurt, and then they was missing their best.
Chill out, Fluent. It's a truth, Fluent. It's a truth. He went up there and damn near begged for Draymond to get suspended.
Hold on. It's time to wrap it up.
One question for Ticket.
Go ahead.
Because you know he's going to lie with the answer, but I'll ask it anyways. So LeBron James and the Cavs with Kyrie and Love go 73-9, and he loses in the NBA final.
Oh my God,
LeBron.
Oh my God.
You already know I'm going. You already know I'm going in. But if
he had something worse than that, Fluent.
No, Fluent. You have a point. Fluent. You have a point. Okay. My only thing to you was this. He damn near went on the stage and begged for Draymond to be suspended by the league. He instigated the situation. So he damn it, and that changed the series. Hold on, we know that, and then the big fella getting hurt changed the series.
Yeah,
because you think, and everybody else think that if Draymond does not get suspended, the Warriors end that in 5 games.
I lost my best rebounder and my best perimeter player 2 years before, the year before that, and we still took him to 6. So I mean, there's always something. There's always something. There's always something.
All right, so Fluent, hold on, chill time. What was the excuse in 2011 when you had a top 3 player in D-Wade, when you had one of the best forwards in the league, and then Dallas Mavericks was missing their second best player, and LeBron James averaged 2 points per game in the fourth quarter. Didn't even score with 25 points, not once in that series. It gave you 8 points in the goddamn single game. Explain that, bro.
No excuse whatsoever. He was bad.
Hey, Rob, we're gonna end this. Hey, Rob, we're gonna end this so we can move on. But my only point to these 2 brothers is, or the 3 brothers, and I love them so much. My only point to them is they're wrong for making it seem like, because what they're saying, they're making it seem like it's not even close with Steph Curry and LeBron James. That Steph Curry got to do all this astronomical stuff to pass him. Dom said he got to win 2 more chips, even though he got 4 with 5. He could win 5. Hold on. Chilltown over here screaming to the top of his lungs, fitting to get high blood pressure, cholesterol levels at an all-time high. And Chilltown, I don't know what the hell, he about to pop a blood vessel over here, all mad and stuff like that, because LeBron afraid to get his ass smoked again. Like I said, Chilltown, you wait for it, sucker. This
is gonna be a great series, man. I'm really excited for it, yo. No doubt about that.
You influence. Fluent ass one. Wipe his eyebrow. Yeah, wipe your eyes. You gonna need him. You gonna need some
great series. 100%.
Lakers over everything. Lakers over.
Should I have him at 4? Should he be closer to LeBron in your opinion? Should I have him 4 all time?
No, I'm just saying. You said no. The only reason I got mad at you, the only reason why I got mad at you. The only reason I got mad at you, you said he got to win 2 more, bro. That's insane, bro.
To Mook's point, we can nitpick every last great player that they did something on their resume that looks really bad. I mean, Magic got swept twice in the finals.
Yeah, but they never had the collapse like LeBron. LeBron James arguably LeBron James arguably had one of the worst no-shows of any superstar in sports.
Correct.
So that right there is nowhere.
And just so you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he got roasted in 1983. Moses Malone dominated him. Swept out the finals. Swept.
Did he went scoreless in the fourth quarter in the finals?
You just said he went. First of all, you told me that he scored 2 a game, and then you told me that he went scoreless.
No, he went scoreless. Game 4, he went scoreless in the finals.
Okay, game 4. Okay, game 4.
He averaged 1 point per game.
Larry Bird. Like I said, everybody got something on their resume that looks terrible.
Bro, that every last one of them. That right there.
Every last one of them. I can't explain 2011. I never will. It was bad. It was bad.
Fellas, we're not going to get into 2011 or we're not going to get into anything else but these super chats. Appreciate everybody that's watching. If you're watching right now, please like the video.
Can I just do one more thing? One more thing.
They want the super chat.
One more thing. Promise.
What's up? Hey, and Fluid, don't say nothing about me not getting the super chats.
I know. No, I know. I just want to say 3 of 8, 2 of 6, 1 of 6. That was Steph Curry after being up 3-1 with his 73-9 win team in the last 3 fourth quarters that he blew that and choked away a championship. Keep that in mind too. Go ahead. 1 and 6 in game 7 in the fourth quarter. Go ahead.
From the top. Did it say Donovan, no Mookie. Donovan Samuel said 2 words for the Kings. Box out.
Get on the backboard, please.
Hey, Big Odds, you sad for ducking this smoke too.
He did, Ticket. Call him out.
We over here arguing. He dunked all. Hey, Ron, what's your boy at, Ron? Your boy dunked all the. Hey, Ron, see, hold on, time out. That fool might be walking from Sacramento to what you call it, because he said he was gonna do that. He gotta walk from Sacramento to the yeah.
You might have to do that.
Hey, Bob, go ahead and go live, dog.
Yo, Ox, go live on that walk.
We looking for
you want to see that.
We looking for Big Ox. That's
Better get some comfy shoes. I hear
I was looking for Big Ox today. I was looking for Big Ox today.
Paging Big Ox. Are you anywhere to be found?
A fishing rod and everything.
Big Ox, do we need to deliver you some new shoes and some water? I know that's a long walk, brother. Let us know if you need any help. Hey, and did Donovan Samuel say ox out or box out? I'm trying to figure out.
Box out. He said box out.
Lego Rover said KD's Bucks game 7 versus Steph's. I'm taking KD.
KD Bucks versus Steph.
Oh, he said KD versus the Bucks. He said KD versus the Bucks game 7 performance versus Steph Curry. He said he's taking KD's performance, but KD missed a shot.
Yeah, but he missed shot and he went.
KD shot an air ball. KD shot an air ball in overtime because he ran out of gas.
And he went scoreless in
Steph
overtime.
Curry
One more time,
literally
one more time, Mook, for the people in the cheap seats. They ain't hear you in the back. One more time.
He went scoreless in overtime. He
0
shot
points.
5.
Hey,
5 in overtime, bro.
Nothing.
And Steph's whole team was struggling, and he carried them, dude. He damn near scored more field goals than the whole team, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, go back to that last one, Ron. Go back to that last one you just put up. I ain't gonna take number 1 second. The one right before that. You didn't want to read that, did you, Ron?
He's getting to all of them. He goes in order.
Ticket is right. Boston had a bottom 3 bench in 2022.
Let's keep going.
Damn.
From the top, y'all. Matthew Lindler said, "Is Steph top 5?" Does anybody have Steph top 5?
I do not.
No.
He win a chip this year. He top 5.
Mars?
Nah, hell no.
He win the chip this year. He top 5.
He'll pass Kobe eventually.
Oh,
I think that's the good thing about Steph Curry. The fact that he's still playing and he's still adding stuff to his resume, I think that helps.
Nah,
100%.
put that one on the screen, Ron. Put that one on the screen. Come on. That one you just put down.
Interesting guy said, by tickets logic, Zeke is over Jordan, right?
No, Janet jackass. Isaiah Thomas got 2 championships. Steph Curry got 4. Do the math. Half of these brothers lying in their rhymes. Go ahead, Ron.
Interesting super chat from my man TMF Willie said, player's choice is the Wu-Tang of basketball. They can all go gold on their own channels, but together it's an instant classic.
The $1 million question with that is,
okay. Look at that plaque back there.
So if that's true, like, which members are we? Like, who is Damo? Is that ODB? Who is Ticket? Is Ticket Ghostface? Is Ticket?
Oh,
who
no.
Ticket?
You know I'm Ghostface. Tony's his name.
Okay, so Tony's Ghostface. Who is Mars? You God? That's who Mars is.
Whoa.
Mars might be Raekwon the chef. That's who Mars might be.
That's a great question right there. Ask that question.
That's a great question.
Y'all spam the chat.
Hey, ask that question,
what members of the Wu-Tang are we?
Ron, ask that question you just put up. That's a great question. He said was Curry better than Kobe if he wins 5? No, because Kobe had 5 finals MVPs.
Ticket, he goes through the super chats in order. He just flashes them up as they come in.
My bad. I didn't know. I thought my bad.
No,
Let's go.
No, you don't know. That's what I'm saying. Go, Ron.
Hey, but check it out though. Anytime a super chat touches the screen, if y'all want to acknowledge it, by all means, we're going to acknowledge
just
it.
get out the way. Yeah, that's all.
Where'd you get this view from, Ron?
Is he greater than Kobe Bryant? If you basing that on championships, just because he tied?
No, I didn't say that.
No, he's not greater than Kobe.
No, I'm not going that far.
Kobe as a basketball player is better.
Yeah. And he did more.
Hey, bro, with that being said,
in a degree of difficulty was much higher.
What Steph did yesterday was insane, bro.
Yeah,
bro, the scoop shots he was making, bro, that was crazy, bro.
Yeah,
and he just looked like he'd been there before too. It looked like
cardio, bro. It looked like cardio.
He just looked like a dude who, like, he looked real familiar with his surroundings. He wasn't like, all right, I got to do this. No, I'm good. Give me the pill. I got you.
You said if KD wins this year, will he be ranked all time for me? Top 20.
Top 20.
Yeah, I got him 27 right now.
Okay.
All right, fellas. Jason the Kid said, let's stop the cap. Curry ain't nowhere close to LeBron, even if he wins 5 more rings. Every ring Curry won was against hurt players. Tell Curry to make the playoffs without Clay.
Well, I mean, LeBron played against her.
No, that's
he
not
wanted
fair.
That's
No,
not fair.
Yeah. Come
Go
on,
to the
man.
next one. Let's go to the next
Don't
one,
do that.
man.
Yeah, don't do that. No,
That's just hateful.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Jadine Anderson said, F the beam.
Facts.
Bob, come in here.
Hey, Ox, we looking for you, yo. We looking for you, Ox.
I'm dead serious about that walk too. He got to do that walk, bro.
Yeah,
he made it walk. You got to fulfill that.
I'll let him. You know what? I'll let him off the hook because like.
No, you're not, Tone. No, you are not. I'm
me
not
out,
trying to
hear
hear
me
none of this.
Hear me out,
Here we
because
go.
listen, no, because Sacramento to where's it going? Portland, Seattle. It's that's unfair. I'll let him do a closer walk that's worse. Sacramento to San Francisco. I'll even buy him a ticket to the Warriors game.
I think that's what he said. I think he said he walked from Sacramento to
I
San
thought it was
Francisco.
back to Portland.
That is what he said. That's what he said.
That's what he said. He said he walked from Sacramento.
Then I'm not buying you a ticket no more.
Mm-hmm.
Lonnie Williams said, Steph is my favorite player, but my biggest knock was he can go. My biggest knock was he can just go with the flow, but he took over. Was desperate. Favorite player, favorite performance from him?
I don't know what that means. I'm not sure.
He's saying that Steph doesn't really take over games and he just plays within the flow of the game. But this game, he actually played with a sense of urgency and took over the game, and it's his favorite performance from Steph.
That's not true because he did that. He took over
all the time.
Translation, Mars.
Yeah, and well, not only that, he took over. He took over last year in Game 5 when he had 43 and 10. He took over that game.
Mm-hmm.
Game-
He took over the whole
game-
series.
Especially when he
was-
scored 16 points in the fourth.
That was game 4.
He took
That
over
was
that
game
game 100%. Game 7 and against KD in Oklahoma when they play Oklahoma City in Game 7, he took that game over 100%.
Uh-oh.
Hey, chill. You know, go ahead.
Keith said, winning another ring will not put Steph over Bron. He is already over Bron. Let's go, Ticket.
There you go, ticket.
Got some strong opinions today. Jersey Love says, shout out Ron for the Kraken beating the defending champs in 7. Also, the Bruins with the best record in the NHL history at 65, 12, and 5 blew a 3-1 lead and lost last night in Game 7.
Got served in their own building.
They
got
basically
served.
pulled a Golden State, but worse.
Panthers winning the Boston and served them dudes.
I
last
watch
year.
hockey.
As the only Canadian up here, let me say the Boston Bruins had the most points in NHL history, the most wins in NHL history. It was the equivalent of the 73-9 Warriors losing in the first round, or the 72 Bulls losing in the first round.
They
That's
would pick the winner. And Mook, just so you know, I know that you look at hockey. It's basically, if you watch it, it's basketball on ice. That's what it is.
For real?
Yes,
With a little
it's basketball
football
on ice with a little bit of football mixed in.
Yeah, I will watch. I will. Fluent. I mean, Chilton. I will watch hockey over boring ass soccer. I agree.
Hey, but the only thing about hockey I like is influencing those fights.
I'm not a hockey fan, but I'll say this: if you actually go to a game, it's actually kind of fun to watch in house. Like maybe not on TV, but in house, it's fun. It's fun.
It's definitely better in
Especially
person.
in fights, man. I like seeing dudes punch himself in the face.
Oh, whoa. Let's not disrespect baseball now. Wait a
It's
minute.
better. No, it's more fun to watch than baseball.
No, them dudes ain't fighting like that. Them dudes ain't fighting like hockey. Them dropping the gloves. Come on.
They dropping the gloves. And you can end the fight. Don't stop until you fall down.
And
Head.
come on.
Yeah.
They got dudes paid.
Shout out to Seattle Kraken. Me, J-Rob, and JD gonna be in attendance when y'all pull up. We gonna be there.
Shout out to the Toronto Maple Leafs making the second round for the first time in like 17 years, 18 years, 20 years, something like that. Crazy.
It's 3-1
18.
leads. They done blown.
Hey.
A break with them Toronto Maple Leafs.
Jeremiah Smith said, remember Ticket's all-time list? He has LeBron 6. So if Steph wins, he's top 5. Nasty. Yo, chill and fluent. What's MJ's record against Bird and Zeke?
Hey, bro, he is top 5. To me, that puts him past Magic Johnson. He wins this year. That puts him past a lot of people. He passes Magic. He wins this year, bro. That's 5 world championships. That's 2 back-to-back finals MVPs. That's the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. 2 back-to-back MVPs.
He's got a resume for the conversation. He's got the resume.
We can't play this. We can't just hold on to the dude because they're older now. I like the old school, but I can't lie. Curry don't show me something nice.
For 5
don't show me something, bro.
Question: 0-2 and 1-3. The teams versus the teams. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Taquay White said it would be impossible for LeBron to roam guarding Dre. He sets too many screens for the shooters for LeBron to be able to sag in the paint. The second someone gets caught on a pick, it's open shots.
That's not true. The Boston Celtics did that last year, and they could have won the series. That's the only reason why. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
No, Marge, you was gonna say something?
Yeah.
No, Ticket was explaining. He was just gonna say they almost won playing that type of defense, and yeah, he's right. It wasn't good defense, but he's right.
iOS Inc. said, can we get a high-minute role player / low-level star from each team left in the postseason that they should move on from if they don't win a ship?
Well, let's take D'Angelo Russell off the table because he only been on this crew for half the season. I really like D'Angelo Russell on this crew. Question. I think he fits with the Lakers more than they give him credit for. So I'm going to take D'Angelo Russell off the table.
Okay. I thought you meant take him off.
I thought they want to trade him away. Who you want to trade away?
So no, I'm saying if you saying trade away, if he said that, I mean, or you get rid of him, you probably have to say somebody like old boy from Phoenix. What's the big boy's name? Ayton. Yeah, he's one of the guys that I think
I like how he tries to rebound from the first row of the seats there. That was nice.
I would go. I'm definitely saying Cat. I think Minnesota and the Cat experiment is over. I think they move on.
That's
from
not a low-level role player, though.
That is not a low-level role player.
It was low-level role player. My bad.
Low-level role player.
It did say high minutes.
I got you. Rudy Gobert. My fault.
Rudy Gobert is not a low-level role player.
It also said team still in the playoffs.
Yeah, he is. Chill town.
They out.
He's a French star, low-level role player.
He's Bismack Biyombo with opportunity.
Oh no, my bad. Dillon Brooks. Get his ass. He needs to be out of the league, bro. Out of the NBA, bro. Hey, yo, chill town. I ain't never want to say this, bro. Dude playing the NBA. He's trash. Garbage. Straight trash, bro. Bro, chill. That's a dude you look at right now. You say, man, I get this man 30 right now. This dude is trash. No shot. No defensive presence. How did he get in the league, bro? How?
Because of what he did when he was at the University of Oregon, he was actually pretty good. He was a D&3 guy.
Dillon Brooks isn't as bad as we're making him out to seem. Dillon Brooks is let me hear me out. Hold on, hear me out. Dillon Brooks is a role player. He is a third-tier player in the NBA. What happened is he got caught up in something that was bigger than him. He took on LeBron James when he should have been taking on Austin Reeves. And what happened was it's like Rocky and Apollo Creed. They brought up this southpaw that had no business being there, but instead of having a chance, like Rocky, he just got knocked out in the first round. He never should have been in that ring. That's what happened with Dillon Brooks. He is a serviceable role player in the NBA. Yeah. He can play some defense, whatever. He's just not that. He just went way out of.
With that also being said, though, Tone. With that also being said, you have to be smart enough to know who to pick fights with.
Absolutely.
You do have to be smart enough to know who to pick fights. You can't just pick fights with anybody.
So you telling me Dillon Brooks was scared of LeBron?
No. You ain't.
He was scared of LeBron, and he got knocked out in the first.
It's not that he. First of all, the fact that you ain't scared of me, that if you scared of somebody, that makes it worse. I mean, that doesn't make it worse. I'm sorry, that doesn't make it worse if you're not scared of them. But the fact that who you talking to, that's what makes it worse. You shouldn't be talking to this dude. You don't have the pedigree to talk to this dude. Just do your job. How about that for an idea? You do your job.
I ain't gonna lie.
If I was Dillon Brooks, I would have started talking smack to D'Lo, and I would have said, "Put me on D'Lo. Let me make his life miserable," because he would have looked like a superstar.
And if he plays bad, nobody really cares. Opposed to saying what he said about James.
Yeah.
Take it one out the league.
That's the thing about Dillon Brooks. It's not what he can't do. It's not what he can't do. Defense. I think Dillon Brooks is a good defender, bro. I think he's.
Are you serious, bro?
Yes, he's a good defender. He's a good defender.
Juan Toscano levels, man. Come on, bro.
No. The thing about Dillon Brooks is his offensive bag is terrible, bro. He can't shoot. He can't space out the floor. That's the thing about Dillon Brooks, bro.
Hey, Mook, this how bad y'all boy is, though, Fluent. Y'all boy had Juan Toscano starting for the Lakers, bro.
I look forward to having Dillon Brooks live in our studio show coming this summer on Point Basketball. Check it out. All right, go ahead.
Omar Hansen said, is the X factor LeBron guarding Looney and letting Davis roam on Draymond from time to time to put length on the pick and roll? No difference between Tillman and Looney.
No. Looney, both Looney and AD as roamers are out, because if they roaming, you're taking them away from the basket. That means that the basket is unprotected and you ain't rebounding, and you're not rim protecting as much. So those two dudes are out. Let's dead that logic right now. No.
Yeah, and LeBron ain't gonna provide backline help on Looney as well. So
Gagmawi Abebe said Lakers in regular season top locked Steph with AD in the paint.
You want to put your money down and do it in the postseason?
yeah, why y'all keep on mentioning the regular season? That's not a great way to break it down or matchups in the postseason. It's different between the regular season and the postseason. Man, the Bulls beat the Miami Heat. I believe it was 2010, 2011. They swept the single season. Then they got smoked in the playoffs, bro. So I gotta stop knowing that, man. Come on, bro.
Percocet with the super chat says, this reminds you of why Steph Curry's top 10, including his accolades, his impact on the basketball game is second to none. Being the only small player as the centerpiece of a full dynasty is something special.
That's true.
Facts.
And he got the whole league playing like him.
That's why he's the best player in this generation.
Sacramento Kings play like him. LeBron James plays like him now, shooting up a whole bunch of logo threes. These are facts.
I was watching the clip.
I will say this to you, Ticket, and unfortunately, I have to agree with the fact that James recognized that that's the way the game was going. So he had to put a long ball in his game, and he had to shoot the basketball more, because if I keep just diving to the rim, I'm not going to be around that much longer. So I got to stretch my game out, and he did do that. And I think that had a lot to do with what the Warriors were doing, 100%.
Sorry, Mookie, is this true? The chat says you picked the Grizzlies in 5?
No, I picked the Grizzlies in 6. I put the Grizzlies in 6. Yeah, I picked the Grizzlies, yes. But I didn't know how bad their offense. I mean, I knew how bad their offense was, but it was more for their defense. That's why I picked the Midgets Grizzlies.
Hey, yo, Ticket, read the chat, Ticket. Fluid can't wait to hate on LeBron. Look, see?
Yeah, now which but Fluid.
I hate LeBron.
Fluid, they should fire Taylor Jenkins, though. If this was any, I'm gonna say this, and I know y'all, man, if this was any other coach, bro, they'd be on the hot seat, bro, ready to get to lose their job, bro. Bud won a championship, and if God bless his brother's soul, if his brother didn't pass away, they'd have probably already fired him, bro. And he went, Taylor Jenkins he does not have any control of that team.
That's where I was going.
The play calling has been horrible. They've been too reliant on John Morant. He has been getting a free ride, bro. We have seen coaches. I seen Avery Johnson take the Mavs to the finals and lose his job. I seen Mark Jackson improve every single year.
So you telling me Taylor Jenkins should be fired?
God dang, all right.
They're going backwards. They're going backwards.
I've seen player from the Himalaya get fired.
But I just don't think. I just don't think that the problem with the Memphis Grizzlies is I don't think that it's Taylor Jenkins' control, because it's like what you want him to do. Like the offense, the offense is not a great adequate offense. It relies on John Morant getting to the rim.
Let me ask you a question.
There's no elite floor space.
If Popovich is a coach, is John Morant in the strip club at 3 a.m.? Wrecking the team?
That's exactly what I was going to say, is because they don't have veterans on that team to keep the younger guys kind of from doing too much crazy stuff, it falls on the coach, and he didn't get it done. That team fell apart.
I agree to that point. Like, I think a coach got to be somewhat of the leader. If you especially got younger talent players on your team, the coach got to come in and get those younger guys right. But to be fair, bro, I don't see what adjustment they can make. I see Taylor Jenkins in that Lakers series did everything he could, bro, and they was just inadequate offensively, bro. They didn't have no great.
Stop letting adjustments.
Go ahead.
Although there are some adjustments, but it's not about the adjustments; it's about leadership. And he proved that he can't lead these guys, because keep in mind their oldest player. Now I think they may have traded for Danny Green, but actually who played was 29-year-old Steven Adams. Like if that's your oldest veteran guy, then it falls on the coach to be that guy, that father figure.
So we're not gonna put no blame on John Morant not being a great leader. We're not gonna. I think it's more of the play. I mean, because it's the players got to be some great leaders. They got to be the culture builder. They got to come and they got to come and galvanize the troops with him. And if your best player in John Morant is not that adequate leader, bro, it just like
Mookie,
what more.
I guarantee you one thing. I guarantee if Nick Nurse was a coach, and you can ask Fluent this, I guarantee if Nick Nurse was a coach, they wouldn't be doing that shit. Because you know why? Nick Nurse ain't gonna play you.
Yeah, he wouldn't give him playing minutes. He wouldn't give him minutes. But the best player doesn't. Like you can use a lot of teams where it's the second or third kind of best player who might be the leader of the team, and that's okay. That's in some cases how it should be.
Yo, Mars,
he would be great for that. He would be great for that job. My bad.
I agree.
Do you believe that Taylor Jenkins should be fired?
No.
Thank you. I don't disagree.
Javinci got bands 432HZ said, I want to see how much of a hater Ticket is. Quick question, Ticket. If LeBron hypothetically won every time he went to the finals, is he the greatest of all time?
Yes, that's the reason why we don't have him as a GOAT, because of all the failures with all the talent he's at.
Oh.
Duh, it's easy work.
Not that much.
That's anybody. Take LeBron James' name. Take LeBron James' name off there. Tone, if we got a great player that's in the finals every year he's in the finals and he wins it and he's the finals MVP.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of course, anybody. That's not just James.
All that talent in 2007.
We do have one.
No, hold on. The talent was balling 27. It was him that wasn't playing well.
All the talent he had in
2007.
Big Z, Drew Gooden, Sasha Pavlovich.
Yes, they had the number 1 ranked defense in the playoffs.
We do have one.
And you had Bullethead Mike Brown, who showed you he's a legendary
every year. And won every year he was in the finals, he won and was finals MVP.
Yeah, who?
Jordan. Oh. See, you don't
even... look at Dom, man. Y'all see the excuses coming from Dom?
I'm not asking excuses. I just want to know the talent. You said every time he lost, he had a ton of talent. I just want to know who the talent was.
I'm saying that's why you got to watch the game, though, Dom. If you watch the game, you would have saw. Go back and watch the 27.
Name the players. What do you mean? I want to.
No, I'm just saying. No, I named the.
So they got to be big name. Hold on, they got to be big name players.
I want to hear the talent.
I named Dom. All I'm saying respectfully, Dom. Chilltown watched the film, and he saw the same thing I saw. So did Mars. So did Fluent. Bro, in 2007. They lost like 3 games by 3 points. 2 games by 3 points, 1 game by 8, and another one by, I guess, 4.5 points, something like that.
Are you talking about LeBron?
In every game,
pretty well in 07.
LeBron James did not play through his average.
The difference was LeBron James shot like 33%. If
LeBron James would have played to his playoff regular, if LeBron would have played to his playoff average, they would have won that on those games.
69% and 29% from the free throw line. And in one of the games that they lost by 1, he went 2 of 6 from the free throw line. So yeah, he did not play well in 07, but he also didn't have his second best player. So there's a lot of stuff there. But no,
I'm with you. I'm just saying he acting like the other guys didn't do their part, and that's bullshit. That's the part I don't like about
the other guys.
I still name the other guys.
I said Drew Gooden.
No, Mars. I didn't ask you to. I asked him to.
Larry.
Hold on. I just named the other guys that helped him get to the chip. All-Star and Drew Sagowskis.
Agausis, Sacha Pavlovich,
right?
Okay. First of all, Drew Gooden,
Larry Hughes,
quite a few years before.
Drew Gooden, let's make sure we clear. I mean, Big Z made the All-Star game James Rook season. That was 4 years ago. It wasn't like he playing with a perennial All-Star. Chill out.
But he made it before and after LeBron James came in the league.
Y'all telling me you have to have
second year? It was the year before and his second year, not his rookie. Yeah,
right. So you still had a center who had made an All-Star team. You still had Drew Gooden, who was a double-double. Everybody know Drew Gooden was a very good player back then. You got to put this into context. You still had Boobie Gibson, who bailed him out in game 7 against the Detroit, or the game 6 against the Detroit Pistons in that series, and scored all the points down the stretch when LeBron couldn't score in the fourth quarter. Then you still had all those other guys like Pavlovich and those. Bro, that was a good team, bro.
It was.
That was a very good team.
Dropped like 25 points on the closing out game.
They were top 5 defensive team. They were a good team. The problem was
a good team. They ran into a better team.
A better team.
They ran into a better team.
And LeBron James deficiencies
and they lost.
And there's a reason why he played like that. Don't make it sound like he played like that because he just choked. No, he played like that.
No. I understand why he played like that, but his deficiency
does hurt.
LeBron James' deficiencies that him not shooting the outside jumper was very, very exposed in that.
Which wasn't there yet. He was only which wasn't.
There's no. You're right. Again, I've already said LeBron didn't play well in 07, but again, losing games by 2-3 points, not having your second best scorer, that affects it. But also, there was also some poor coaching decisions where they were asking him to go down in the post, and they're like, "Oh, Bowen is
Bruce Bowen."
post up because you're taller. At that point in his career, LeBron didn't have a post up game, so to ask him to do that was just bad game planning. So there's a lot of things, but yes, LeBron didn't play well, but there was other factors too.
Yo, Javici got bands tapped in with a super chat back to back, stemming from the last one. He said, "Okay, how come every time there's a debate with LeBron, any of y'all like to bring up his finals record, not noticing that for his whole career he damn near lived in the NBA Finals?
Don't say nothing. 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 I'm just gonna ask Damo one question. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna ask Dom, Chill, and Fluent a question, and Mars a question. If Michael Jordan had two of the top 20 players in the league on his team for damn near a 10-year stretch, how many NBA Finals y'all thought he would have won?
If he had
6?
two,
If LeBron James had two of the top 20 players in the league,
I'm talking about Jordan.
because this dude said that LeBron James had been in the finals most of his career. But we acknowledge that, but because a lot of those times he had hand-picked teams, he had super teams, he had two of the top 20 guys in the league on his team. So all I'm saying is if Michael Jordan had two of the top 20 players in the league in his time on his team, how many championships do you think he would have won? He won 6.
It's not that simple, man.
Hold on, would you say the equivalent would be, so let's say over, I don't know, let's say a 7-year span, he had another top 5, top 10 player with him, and he went to the NBA Finals 6 times, I think he would win 6. Would he retire? Would he also retire a couple of years in between?
If Michael Jordan had a Olajuwon, how much rings do you think he would win?
And then a bunch of great role players? Like,
we can't go there. Hold on. You can't go there because he's not on the level. Chris Bosh wasn't on that level. So let's just say Jordan had Alonzo Mourning.
And you also,
I'm talking about D Wade. D Wade, when LeBron James split up with D Wade, he was a top 3 player in the NBA.
Right.
Top 3 player in the NBA.
We already talked about 2011, right? We already talked about 2011 and the epic collapse that it was. So then 2012 and then 2013, right? You also got to talk about what those guys did. Like, you leaving out the fact that Chris Bosh in Game 7 of the NBA Finals had 0 points. You're talking about Chris Bosh. You're talking about a guy in Dwayne Wade who in 2014 he was a shell of himself. He was a shell of who he used to be. You're talking about these guys like James had these guys in year 6. And they were doing the same thing in year 6 as they was doing in the 2014 finals. So then you're also talking about a guy in Kyrie Irving. I ain't done. Talking about a guy in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love who got hurt in the playoffs. Like, it's not that simple to just go, yo, he had these guys, he should have won more. Well, wait a minute. No, he didn't.
Well, it is that simple. Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was a shell of himself, had back injuries, and Michael Jordan still got it done. Janet Jackson. Let's keep going. Hold on, I'm going to keep cooking your ass. You want me to keep going? I'm going to keep turning up on you, sucker.
Keep going.
I'm going to turn all the way up.
And LeBron
I'm gonna turn all the way up on you. I'm gonna turn all the way up on you, sucker. So, like I said before, he had that, right? So we seen what happened. Boom, still got it done. 0 excuses. And then all the other time, who was the other top 20 player he on the team the other 5 years he won a chip? I'll wait for it, sir.
For that one series where he had a back problem. That one series where he had a back problem. Keep going, Ticket. Don't stop there.
The one series where y'all said D Wade. Hold
on, because I got him. I got his ass the wall right here. What outside of Pippen, what other top 20 player did he have on his team in the league? In those 5 chips.
A top 20 player? Oh, let's take it a step further than that. I'm sorry. Since you on that subject. So he had Scottie Pippen, who was arguably the best, who was arguably the best all-around player in the game. He had the best rebounder in the game. Not only did he have the best rebounder in the game, he had the best rotation player in the game. Not only did he have the best rotation player in the game, he had the second best marksman in the game. Okay, so what are we talking about here? Don't make it sound like it was Jay and a bunch of okay guys.
Can you tell me what LeBron James had in 2013, 2014?
In 2013, he had Chris Bosh, and he had
one of the best sports in the league.
And they won 66 games and won the NBA championship. They won 28 straight games that year.
Okay.
And that's despite
D Wade. You had D Wade, who's a top 5 player as well.
And that's despite, by the way.
You had Ray Allen, who was the lead, still one of the least premium shooters in the game too as well. He was over. But he was still a great shooter. Stop playing. He was over. Still a great shooter as well.
He was over.
You had
he was retired after the next
and he
season.
still in the 2014 finals still lost by a record margin in NBA finals.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that y'all say that the narrative is that, well, the reason why LeBron James lost in the 2014 finals is because D Wade was over the hill and D Wade was, washed up and he was done. But if you compare D Wade and compare Scottie Pippen in 98 finals as well, their numbers and their production is almost similar. Right. But the greater player got it done. and the lesser player made excuse. So that's what I'm saying. Like we got to all put into perspective why LeBron James is not even on the level of the GOAT Michael Jordan.
No, the reason why
can we not make this every episode of GOAT debate? Can we?
That's for real, yo. For real.
Hey,
this is bash LeBron James. Not only
Hey,
bash LeBron James,
not like that, bro.
I want to keep going with it. I don't have a problem keep going with it, Mook, because your logic is so one-sided. It's one-sided. You talking about but let's
chill. We got all summer to debate about the GOAT.
Yes, we do.
I got a lot of super chats.
Talk about what's going on now. We have all summer, all off season. We can do all of that.
Yes,
I got a lot of super chats
that.
pertaining to Steph being top 5. We don't have to get it. We don't have to bring up Michael Jordan if he's not a super chat.
We really don't.
Don't have to bring up LeBron James. Bring up somebody else. Bring up Larry Bird. Let's bring up Kobe. Somebody. But no more LeBron and no more Jordan. I'm still running through these super chats though. Officer Ricky said Curry needs 6 rings because Curry's numbers are so behind LeBron's. If it's the only way, it would even work out.
Numbers.
Hey, Rob, but if you send it to us, send it to the people too, because the people keep bringing it up. They get mad at us for talking about it, but they keep bringing it up.
Well, that's because
how you gonna get mad? Hold on, how you gonna get mad and they keep bringing it up?
Wait, here we go. Jesus.
Wade top 3 in 2010. These Bron haters are ignorant.
He was. Let's not do that.
What are you talking about? Wade? Of course
he was a top 10 player. You can make the argument that year that Derrick Rose won the MVP. You can make the argument Dwayne Wade was a top 5 player.
Yeah.
All right, continuing to move along. Crippled Thumb said, y'all read about the speech that Curry gave? Real leader.
Yeah, yo.
Speech every leader of the team gives, man. That ain't nothing special. He just
what Curry said? What he said?
He just said the normal speech. If you ain't trying to win, don't get on the bus.
Same thing that Jordan said in 1993.
Well, going back to Phoenix. Ain't nothing special. What was special was the performance.
Well, Jordan's again. He brought it up, not me. They're going to Utah for Game 6, and he's like, "Don't bring another suit. We ain't going nowhere."
He did that in Phoenix. In game going back to Phoenix Game 6. He said, "Yo, I don't know about you dudes, but I'm only bringing one suit. That's it." And he wanted to come back that night. He didn't even want to stay out in Phoenix. He wanted to come back that night. Yeah, he didn't want to stay out there.
I love it.
Let's get on the plane. Let's go home tonight. We don't need to stay out here. No. So
TRI22 said, to be fair, the Game 5 of the finals when the Celtics tried to blitz the Steph pick and roll, Warriors scored 1,000,000 points off 4 on 3s. So that won't work.
Thank you. That's what I was saying to Mars.
Yeah, I never disagreed with that.
Oh, okay.
I just said what you were explaining was drop coverage. That's it.
Okay.
Cliff Production said all this talk just to lose to the Nuggets in 5.
You talking about KD?
No,
KD, the Suns losing to the Nuggets.
I want to make sure we're on record, Tone, because Tone and I had this conversation. I think I said this, even though they playing the Warriors, I said this before the season started. Ticket might be Nostradamus, because I said this before the season started. I thought that the Lakers were a semifinals team at best. Ticket actually had them in the West Finals, so Ticket might be Nostradamus. I don't know, but he might be.
Man, I'm just saying this, man. It's gonna be entertaining, baby.
Living Truth said Ticket is right. A lot of people criticize MA for playing drop coverage, but the Celtics were close to grabbing a 3-1 lead against the Warriors.
That's facts. Until Draymond did the little pulling down the pants.
Were they playing? Sorry, I just want to be clear. Were they playing horseshoes or hand grenades where close matters?
I think they were.
No. But we're saying no. He was saying the style that I told you, Fluent. That defense that I talked to you about
didn't work.
They were playing drop, but I think when Ime decided to double or trap Curry and let the others cook, I think that's when the series turned around for the Golden State Warriors in their favor.
Can we not leave out the fact that Jason? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Keep going. I apologize. My fault.
No, you can go. You go.
Can we not leave out the fact that Jason Tatum disappeared? Like the ball was a hot potato at that point. Can we not leave that out? And I'm a Jason Tatum guy. Anybody knows me. I'm a Jason Tatum guy. But he act like, I'm watching him on the wing with his head down, and I'm thinking, yo, my man, we're not going to stop coming to you. So pick your head up, because we're not going to stop coming to you.
And by the way, if they lose this series, Shilltown, Tatum is done. You can't lose this series with a hurt Joel Embiid.
I can't see them losing.
They're not losing that series. I got Boston winning the championship.
I can't see them losing that series. I can't.
Yeah, B gonna be out tonight. Yeah.
Levi said, this Curry convo shows narratives have truly ruined NBA discourse. Why do you need a manufactured story to digest the game? Stop being children.
I don't know.
This ain't manufactured. This is real life. What Curry did was real life. So this ain't nothing about this manufacture, man. This is just the greatness of basketball. But I'll say one thing to you guys, and that's bothered me. The injuries have destroyed to me this playoffs is how great it could have been, bro. I really hate that, bro. For Joel Embiid being out, bro, that is devastating, bro. All of the injuries, man. Now Jimmy Butler's hurt. He might not play game 2. Like, this is crazy, bro.
Well, let's be honest. If this is what I love about Jimmy Butler, if they had lost game 1, Butler would be playing game 2. I think if they got their road win, so it's like they're gonna assess it, and if he's not 100%, they'll probably rest him.
But do you still play him? Like, I play, because I don't think you should give up any playoff opportunity.
Hey, if you can go up 2-0, on the road, that's what you do. But I think they're gonna be careful.
Wow.
All right, fellas, it's about that time. We're going to go ahead and jump into each and every series and predict our winners and predict how many games we think it's going to go. And I want to hear X factors, the whole 9 yards. The series are still early, or all these series are still early. Obviously, the Heat beat the Knicks and the Nuggets smoked the Suns. But I still need to know predictions on these series. So we're going to start actually with the game that happened last night. We're going to start with the Heat and the Knicks. Y'all talk to me about this game, and how did you feel about this? And what's your predictions on the series? Mars, I'm going to start with you.
I stopped watching when the Knicks went up like 10 in the first quarter, and then the game got close again, so I started watching in the fourth quarter.
You thought it was over, Mars?
I wasn't interested in the game. It was boring.
Okay.
So I only really watch the Knicks when I can push Julius Randle agendas and say he's trash. But if he's not playing, I'm like, what's the point?
Mars, that's crazy.
But Mars, you said without Mars. I gotta ask you. You said without Julius Randle, the Knicks win, but they were without Julius Randle and they lost.
All my predictions have been wrong, and that's why when Ron asked me for,
he's also said the Kings in 5.
I said Kings.
You said that, hey, Floyd. You said that. You said that, but Mars. What you said? What Mars said might have a point to it. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I think this showed us something right here. I don't know if Dom feel this way too, bro. They gotta play Obi Toppin more, bro. I like what he brings to the table, bro. Obi Toppin's ability to stretch the floor. He's athletic. He can get out and run. He kind of reminds me of a young Amari before he really became Amari.
Chill, you not liking that? You not liking Obi Toppin playing?
I watch Obi Toppin, and I might be crazy when I watch it. I'm not sure Obi Toppin knows how to play basketball. I think a lot of the stuff that he does is on athleticism alone.
Shooting the threes, athleticism.
He reminds me of Kenny Skywalker, but he shoot the 3. That's who he looked like to me. He looks like a guy who's in space, and he looks like he should be doing something. Okay, I'm gonna go over here and set a screen. Okay, I'm gonna go over here to this spot right here. And it doesn't look fluid. He looks like he's frantic, and he should be doing something. And a lot of the stuff that you see him getting, a lot of like run outs and stuff like that, I mean, that's cheap stuff. But when we get into the half court, he does a lot of bonehead stuff, which
he yamming on dudes in the half court. Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, just like Kenny Skywalker did.
What I'm saying. Did you didn't like his performance in game 1? When he got to start and get time, he had 18 and 9. Am I right, Floyd?
I'm not gonna be a box score watcher. I did watch the game ticket, and I'm watching him set screens. I'm watching him get lost on defense. Not once, not twice. Plenty of times him get lost on defense. He's supposed to switch on Jimmy Butler, and he doesn't. He's supposed to go under screens, and he's going over the top of screens.
Whose fault is that Whose fault is that when you're a high pick and don't get that much time because you're playing for tips? If he was a high pick on another team, really getting time, he has time to understand the game of basketball better on an NBA level. He just got thrown into a playoff situation where he didn't even know he was going to start and play 30-something minutes and gave you 18 and 9.
Okay,
and shot great from the 3. Huh?
Rewind the clock, ticket. Just so you know, he got on that crew. I think he's been on that crew 3 years now. They were coming off their 5th straight 50-loss season when he got on that crew. So it was garbage when he got on that crew. So the idea that he shouldn't be playing right from the door as a high pick doesn't work. So he should have been playing right from the beginning.
They were in the playoffs.
What I'm saying, this is what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying to you. When I watch him play, I am not sure how high his basketball IQ is when I watch him play. He looks like a lot of the stuff that a lot of the stuff that he gets away with it because I'm just bigger, faster, and stronger than a lot of people. When the game slows down, when the game slows down, he looks like he struggles in the half court.
He's still.
What do you think about Obi Toppin? I want to know what Flo thinks about Obi Toppin.
I'm not a fan of Obi Toppin. I do see what Jill is saying. Like it did look like he was lost a little bit in the half court. But listen, but my expectations for him aren't high. So I think he played better than expected in coming in and not expecting to be a starter. So I've never been high on him. But yeah, he did play. He played better than expected last night. Absolutely.
Man, y'all hating on me.
I'm not hating. I'm being honest. I don't.
I'm not hitting on him. I'm just not sure who he is, man.
Fluent. You and Chill both know who he is. You and Fluent both know Tibbs don't give no rookies no burn like that. He don't give young guys burn.
Not a rookie.
They've been stuck. Hold on, no, but you're not hearing me. And they also paid a dude. They've paid a guy who plays his position a lot of money. So they're gonna play Randall regardless. They've already paid Randall. Randall made the playoffs when he came in the league. So they're gonna play Randall. They paid Randall the money. But you put this dude in his first playoff game, you put him in the game, he gives you 18 and 9 in his first playoff game. And we sitting over here going off on him because he missed assignments. You know they playing a lot of
time. You put up 18 and 9. What did you see when you watched him? Did you see a guy who looked like he was in the flow of the offense, understood what was going on, and had good positioning and all those other things for what you watched? Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean, at times, but Fluent, let me ask you a question as a coach, and a person who played basketball yourself, and as a person who coached basketball. Fluent, if you go to a dude on your bench that hasn't played a lot of minutes, wouldn't it be logical to think that now I got to throw you into the action because one of my key guys are hurt? You may not understand everything we want to do as far as being on the court and playing this amount of minutes. So it may take you a little while to adjust to playing those minutes so that your game adjusts to what we want to do. That's the same thing for any Fluent. You know this, bro. That's why I'm mad at y'all for saying that, bro.
If you're on the bench and you've been with the team for years, which he has, I expect you to come in and know the offense. Now, will you understand the speed of the game as much as someone who plays a lot of minutes? Maybe not. But I will expect you to know where you're supposed to be and when. Yes. Because you're watching. That's your job, is to be ready to go in. And it's not like he's been sitting on the bench and hasn't played any minutes. Like, he's played. Like I said, he was asked to play more. And like I said, I think he exceeded expectations, but it didn't look like he understood everything. I don't think that's crazy to say.
Takeaways from this game, though. What did this game one show us, just based on what we can expect in this series?
That I was right. That the Heat are going to win the series, and that Spoelstra is a better coach than Tibbs.
I agree with Spoelstra being a better coach than Tibbs.
Tibbs,
I think it's too early. I think it's too early to say the Heat going to win this game. I just want to see the adjustments that the Knicks can make. I obviously think that Miami Heat role players showed up. I don't think that's going to be duplicated again. Maybe so. If it does, then I'm right. But we got to look about Jimmy Butler's injury, because I think Jimmy Butler suffered an ankle injury. But if he's not,
it's worse.
It's worse. So if he's not close to 70-80%, and this team heavily relies on Jimmy Butler and what he can do offensively and defensively, and for the playmaking standpoint, I think that the Miami Heat will be in trouble. But I think it's adjustments to be made. Everybody counted the Knicks to lose to the Cavaliers in round one when they lost game one. So I think the Knicks can make some great adjustments.
There he is. There you go. That's what we was looking
he walking? Oh, he walking? You at the airport? You walking? He doing the walk?
That's what we was looking for.
Yeah. Hey, Cancun on me. Cancun on 3.
Cancun.
There you go.
You on the way to Cancun, or you just touched down?
Hey, nah. I'm not going to Cancun. I'm going to Merida instead.
Oh, that's close enough.
This boy walking, man.
Hey, Steph got us up out of there. So
Steph sent y'all boys a lullaby, man. Hey, man. Hey, Damo.
Sorry, Fluent Jr. wanted me to tell you this.
Yeah, you gotta go ahead and go sleep, Bob. It's over with, though. It's over with, Big Ox.
Big Ox.
Put that beam down. Hey, hey, Dom. I want to say this to you though. Don't y'all feel the way that and I do give the Heat organization credit for this. I think that nobody's really talked about that this much. Bro, them getting Kevin Love was huge, bro.
I was just why
in the hell did the Cavs? Why would the Cavs give up Kevin Love with championship?
Handed him over. They just handed him over.
Like, you handed him to the Heat.
Damn.
What you say?
Horrible decision.
They just handed him over. Like, here you go. Go ahead.
I mean, I get it. He wasn't really. I mean, his time
He's not really providing anything.
Yeah, he wasn't being used on the Cavaliers. They didn't really need him, and I guess they didn't want him to play the. They didn't want to pay all that money for the Udonis Haslam role. So I mean, let him go, I guess. But to fall right into the Heat's hands and they take you out, that's kind of poetic. This series, listen, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I don't watch a lot of New York Knicks basketball. Jalen Brunson kind of enticed me a little bit, but I can't bear to watch RJ Barrett play a lot of basketball. It's just not something I've been able to do since he was in college. Tuning in though, I was a little surprised Obi Toppin was as productive as he was. He's running dunk guy to me, maybe hitting the occasional shot, but I was surprised with the production he gave you. I don't think that's reliable though. I don't think that's something that he's going to constantly be able to do, especially throughout a whole playoff series. Definitely, this is going 6-7 games, so don't rely on Obi. I hope they're not planning to rely on Obi replacing the collapse of Julius that always happens in the playoffs. I don't want to trust the Heat, but in the playoffs, they just give you a reason to. Duncan Robinson, who hasn't played basketball, in my opinion, since he started a podcast, is now showing up. It's crazy. He waited till now to be worth his contract in a lot of people's eyes. So that was amazing. Gabe Vincent hitting shots, being ballsy enough to take big shots, and just play a lot of scrappy basketball. The Heat really
just looking at your face.
Dog.
Just looking at your face, Dom. You know who the Miami Heat are. You know that dude that's in the party where you like, how the hell did you get in here? What are you doing here? Like, there's no reason why you should. Yeah, how? What are you doing here? But he in the party, and every party that you go to, right?
Life of the party, and you like, how? They don't see you in the mess hall, bro. They
what
don't
are you
see you
doing here? How
yeah, the Heat, man. They just.
What are you guys doing here? And I think that we talk about coaching. Mars just brought it up. We talk about coaching and about what Eric Spoelstra does. I think one of the main things that Spo does is I think he instills a confidence in these guys. He gives the ball to Gabe Vincent, and he gives Gabe Vincent the green light to play. With confidence, man, there's a thin line. Mars, you brought it up a while ago. There's a thin line between being Hakeem Olajuwon and being Steve Nash. Well, there's a thin line in the NBA and being a great player and being somebody that's on his way out the league. And Gabe Vincent, what he's doing for him is he's giving him that confidence that I'm trusting you to go. I'm trusting you to be that guy. And he's doing the same thing. Kyle Lowry is out there on one leg. That knee injury is a lot worse than what they're telling us. And he looks like Kyle Lowry from 2017 or 2018. He looks like that guy. I think Spo is doing a great job at instilling confidence in these guys and sticking with them when it doesn't go good. Like, he's not giving up on these guys. He's giving them the confidence.
That's a great coach.
Keep going.
That's a sign of a great coach, bro.
Yeah, but no other move bigger than the Kevin Love, bro. The rebounds,
huge.
The three. I couldn't believe Cleveland just
outlet passes, all that.
You just
when he made those 3 back-to-back outlet passes. That's major right there.
The one thing that Kevin Love could always do, no matter what, he might not be a great defender, right? He might be slow on defense. Kevin Love get on the backboard. Kevin Love will rebound. He's always been that guy. So to have a guy who's a dirty work guy like Kevin Love on your roster, which works perfect for the Miami Heat, particularly in this kind of series, going up against guys like Mitchell Robinson and going up against Hartenstein, that works great for these guys. Plus, he's able to spread the defense and shoot the long ball. This series is a lot different than I thought it was.
Hey, that hurts the Cavs because he won a championship with you guys. He had been the elder statesman with you guys. And he kind of would have helped y'all out in that series by spreading the floor and keeping dudes off of Mitchell and Wichita has the whole series with his ability to spread the floor, his shots. Bro, he has been so big, bro. They did a hit piece on him when he left Cleveland. They said he couldn't guard the pick and rolls no more. He couldn't do this, couldn't do that. That's why they let him go.
Well, it was obviously a bad move.
It was obviously a bad move, bro.
Obviously, it was a bad move.
In above all, Love's just a smart basketball player. He's a very cerebral basketball player. It's not too much he can't do besides play defense. He can shoot, he can pass, moves without the ball, just everything. He's just a good basketball player to have in your locker room and on the floor, especially in the playoffs. Yeah. But I need predictions on this series.
Knicks
who's going to win and in how many games? Knicks and 6 ticket?
Yeah, I got the Knicks come back win this series, man. Especially if they do what Fluent just said they're going to do. If they sit out Jimmy Butler for game 2, I don't sit him down for no game. I don't let no team get momentum in the play. Because if you let them win a game and they feel good, they'll do what they did to Cleveland. Remember, they went to Cleveland and just took games like it wasn't nothing. They took 2 games in Cleveland like it wasn't nothing. Nobody thought they could do that. And Miami have shown us that they can have those off games in Miami. So it ain't like they're going to Miami. It's a lock. We're going to win in Miami. So they're not one of those home teams that you could just go in there and you know that you're taking an L when you go in there. Man, to me, man, you got to just learn. You got to play it the long way with Jimmy, man. You got to play him and just keep his minutes down, man. I don't agree with Fluent say. I know what he's saying is probably true. I don't agree with that. If they do that and you give the Knicks momentum.
Yeah, let's be clear. I didn't say they should do that. I said I think that's what they're going to do.
And we can't leave out. Go ahead, Dom. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, me personally, both of these teams proved me extremely wrong in the first round, but I don't trust neither one of them. So I'm gonna just play it safe. Heat in 7.
And hold on, but before I ask the next person, Ticket, I want to ask. So you said Knicks in 6, right?
Yeah.
Is this because of Jimmy's injury, or do you just believe that game 1 was a fluke and the Knicks are going to turn back up?
No, I believe game 1. We got to remember Julius Randle's injured too, and regardless of what Mars has to say,
go Mars.
the blithering cat Mars, whatever he has to say, right? No matter what he got to say, man. Like I said, man, they're missing the key guy. We got to remember they're missing the key guy too. And Julius Randle, regardless of what you think, he's gonna get you 5 or 6 assists. He probably gonna get you 8, 9, 10 rebounds. And he probably going to get you around 18, 19, 20 points. So, and they have a good rhythm with him. They play with him year after year, right? So, and this is the thing, though. And I'm serious. You kind of need him the way that the Miami Heat are playing right now with those guys. I don't want Bam all over the boards, controlling the boards. I don't want Kevin Love to keep continuously killing me by hitting threes all over the place. And he don't got to really play D on nobody because they got a young guy like Obi Toppin that's out there that really just wants to shoot threes and dunk on people. He doesn't have any other type of real game where he's putting pressure, making those guys guard you in the post. So for me, man, like I said, man, I do think the Knicks will make adjustments. And I don't count out the Knicks, man. I don't count out the Knicks. I don't count out Tibbs, man. Tibbs know how to coach. He knows how to coach defense. And like I said, bro, I just think that they make proper adjustments. And I think that the Heat are in trouble now with Jimmy's injury. So now I can't say that because Miami already had injuries coming to the series too. So, but yeah, the injury does have a big part to do with it. I think New York is 6.
Got you. Fluent, what are your predictions on this series?
I had the Heat in a fast one in 5, but Jimmy Butler's injury kind of added a game for the Knicks. So I'm gonna stick with the Heat, but I'm gonna go Heat in 6. I didn't trust the Knicks. I don't trust the Knicks. I'm never gonna trust the damn Knicks.
Expect the Knicks.
Mookie, how are you feeling? Which direction are you heading?
Look, I got to go 7 games, man. I think I'm gonna slightly favor the Heat. I just think the Heat is way more better coached. I trust Spo making great, legit in-game adjustments. Yes, Jimmy Butler is hurt, but I don't think he's gonna be that hurt where is gonna be limit to him because he did play throughout the fourth. He did play after that injury. He did play some of the fourth quarter as well. Then they put him out. So I just think I just trust the Heat talent. I think the Heat got deep postseason experience, which is going to play a part. And I just trust their defense philosophy more than I do the New York Knicks. So I think I'm gonna go with the Heat. I'm going to Heat winning this series.
Got you. Okay.
In 7 games. In 7 games.
Chilltown, how you feeling?
Well, number one, I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to average 37 a game. And I think that's going to go down even more now because he's injured, which means that they're going to have to rely on Gabe Vincent. They're going to have to rely on Bam. They're going to have to rely on Kevin Love. They're going to have to rely on Caleb Martin more to score. And because they're going to have to rely on these dudes more to score, it's going to help them because I think Spo is going to instill that confidence in them to score. But I think that the Knicks, with the group that they have, with Julius Randle coming back, I think that they could overpower them. I don't think that this could just be this could be just a dogfight and that be the end of it. I think that the Knicks, in a game of chess, I think that who am I thinking about? I'm sorry. Tibbs. I'm sorry. I think that Tibbs, his rotation guys like Grimes, Quigley, I think these guys are going to play better. They can speed the game up. I'll take the Knicks in 6.
Chill right quick. Is this the hardest series to call? Do you think this is the closest one?
Again, because I'm looking at the New York Knicks and I'm looking at the Miami Heat and I'm thinking, what are you dudes doing here? But then they'll turn around and end up in the NBA Finals. I'm like, I don't know what to do with these dudes, yo. I don't.
No doubt, no doubt. Yo, Mars, talk to us. How many games does it take for Julius Randle to win this series?
I retired from making predictions, but
can you just pick the Knicks so that my Heat pick will be right?
See, I was thinking, whichever team I pick, I might as well just pick the team I want to win and pick them to lose, so that the team I want to win will go through. But I don't want to be disingenuous, so I'm not going to make a pick. But if Julius Randle does play, he will not play good. That's my prediction. And if that somehow doesn't come true, if that somehow doesn't come true, then I don't know what to do, because that should be a guarantee.
Chat, I'm putting up a poll right now. Will Julius Randle have a good series when he comes back? Ox, talk to us about this series. Who are you taking, the Heat or the New York Knickerbockers?
I will say this. I like that analogy. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you good.
I like that analogy you used, Chizan. And I will say this. I've been that goofy guy in the corner, the tall, goofy guy. They like, yo, who is he over there? But what I will say is, more often than not, I was able to leave with something real nice on my arm. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say I got Miami in 7, 6. But honestly, I don't think Jimmy's ankle is all that serious. I agree with you, Flynn. I do think they're gonna rest him for game 2, but I don't think they have to. I think they're gonna let him charge up, and I think he's coming back game 3, and he's gonna put on another show.
Hey, Tom, I
got Jimmy.
Hey, Tom, what is this resting in the playoffs logic? You think that the Miami Heat?
I don't think it's resting. I don't think it's resting because the one thing that I noticed, and I don't know if you guys did, so Jimmy Butler stays in, shoots his free throws, and he actually plays the rest of the game. He plays until the final buzzer. But did you notice he never full out sprinted and he didn't jump?
He was hobbled. Yes,
right? He did. But the one thing that I most importantly noticed was he didn't jump. So my thing is, if they see that he's hurt, that's why I said if he's hurt, it's not that they're going to rest him. They're going to get treatment and give him that extra couple of days of rest so he's ready for game 3. Because, and again, I don't agree with this philosophy, but hey, we went into New York and what do we want to do? We wanted to get a split, right? When you start on the road, that's always your thing. Get a split, come home with home court advantage. So I think they're going to just play it safe because they know if we put him back in there and lose, like he gets it injured more and now he can't play, or he's 60% because of it, they lost, right? Jimmy Butler is the Heat. Without Jimmy Butler, the Heat aren't where they are today. So I think they're just playing it safe more than anything. But if Jimmy's 85%, he's playing. So that's why I said they're probably just evaluate it. But that's what I think they're thinking is going to be is let's get him healthy, not rested, healthy. But I see what you're saying. Hey, if you can walk, you can play. I know.
Right. All right, fellas, we're gonna go ahead and transition into the next series. The Nuggets ran some numbers up on the Phoenix Suns, and I want to know how you guys feel about this before we get into predicting the series. Talk to us about game 1. Mars, you know I'm asking you first. How do you feel about that game 1 Nuggets versus Suns?
I think Monty Williams needs to listen to me and bench Chris Paul. I think that's what he needs to do. I think
Chris Paul.
Yes.
Ooh.
I think the Suns need to shoot the ball from 3 a lot more than they do, because when teams make threes, they have no chance of staying in games, and Denver's one of the best shooting teams. So I know they love the mid-range, and I know it's all nice and it looks cool, but at some point you need to get points on the board, and you're not going to get points by shooting a bunch of mid-range jumpers against a team that makes 15 threes. So long-term, Monty Williams, take my advice. I won't copyright it. You can take my advice and bench Chris Paul, and then when you win the series, you can thank me. But as of now, I think Monty Williams has to show that he's a high-level coach in order to win this series.
No doubt. Chill. How did you feel about this game 1?
I thought that they exposed a lot of deficiencies with the Phoenix Suns, particularly not being able to guard Jamal Murray. That one-on-one coverage is not going to work. You're going to have to jump him, and if you're gonna go with Shamet on Jamal Murray one-on-one, you're going to lose the series because he's going to destroy him 100%. And I also thought that Joker did a great job in recognizing KD was on the back line of the defense and recognizing running to the rim and burying KD underneath the basket. plenty of times and getting the basketball and getting shots up. So I look at this series, their rotation players, they turned up the defense even more on Phoenix. And if they continue to do that, again, I'm not going to jump out the window. I think that they could continue to protect home floor.
Got you. Go ahead, talk to us.
I'm about to say, I'm definitely jumping out the window. Phoenix ain't deep enough, man. Listen, I'm expecting probably a crazy game from KD or a crazy game from Devin Booker. Hopefully, because of the respect I have for him and what they are in this league, they should give you a crazy game. So they might give you a game or two if they're lucky. But Denver's too deep. Denver's they're too good. They have the best player on the basketball court, and Jamal Murray is actually turning back into that guy we've seen going for 50 for 50 with Donovan Mitchell. And I've always said, if you can get that Jamal Murray with this Jokic, that team is danger and that team is scary.
Hold on. You said they got the best player on the basketball court. Who is that?
Yeah,
Joker.
He's better than KD?
Joker.
And your eyes, he's better than KD?
Yes.
No, I'm okay. I just want to get that on the record. Go ahead. I just want to get that on the record.
Okay, but yeah, they have the best player. They have
Right,
the best player in the basketball.
remember, y'all put this on the record what he just said. Okay, go ahead. I just want to make sure.
In this series, the best player
we got it documented.
Is Jokic. Yes. Now, God forbid the Warriors and Denver meet up. I'm not about to sit here and scream Jokic is better than Steph yet. Let's not do that. But regardless, yeah, Jokic is the best player on basketball court. Denver's a better team. They're a more talented team. This isn't going to look good for Phoenix. Phoenix is a year away from really being a legit title contender. They got to do something with that bench unit. They got to do something with the other guys and then solidify their big two for real. Because Chris Paul is looking too suspect. You got to figure out something to do with him. I don't know what you're going to do with that contract, but you got to figure something to do with Chris Paul. It's past his time to go, and you need to move off of DeAndre Ayton. I thought they should have been off of him last year. I was the guy screaming at the end of the playoffs, yo, do an Ayton for Rudy Gobert trade. I would love that. But yeah, Denver in 5. I'm ready for them to see the Lakers in the conference finals.
Mars, why do you hate Chris Paul in this lineup?
Defensively, he's impossible to play. They had him on Jamal Murray. That's a mismatch. And the Denver offense is just so motion heavy that Chris Paul's gonna have to chase no matter who he's guarding. He's too small for Michael Porter Jr. He's not strong enough for Aaron Gordon. KCP is probably the most motion-heavy guy in that offense in terms of how much he operates with Jokic and dribble handoffs. So that's another player he can't guard. And then you got Jamal Murray, who was cooking him all night. He just has no one he can feasibly guard. And if you put him on the bench, because Michael Malone, for some reason, likes to do these Jamal Murray and 4 bench guys, like lineups with Jokic on the bench. If you put Chris Paul on the bench with maybe a Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and you actually try to outscore the Denver bench, you can keep the games competitive. I think having Chris Paul in the starting lineup and makes him kind of obsolete because they use him as a spot-up shooter anyway. It's not like they're having him run the offense. They have Devin Booker and KD running the offense anyway with Chris Paul out there. You might as well put him on the bench, have him run the bench unit, and try and outscore that Denver Nuggets bench, which during the regular season was terrible. Like, if you look at the on-off numbers with Jokic on the court versus off the court because of these lineups Michael Malone puts out, Denver's bench was terrible. So if you actually try and put Chris Paul out there with bench players and another scorer, you might be able to actually minimize the impact the bench has when Michael Malone goes to those lineups. And I think that's your best bet because defensively with Chris Paul, you're just not going to stop anything.
Hey, let me get on Dom first.
You're hired. Oh, go ahead.
Dom, you said that Jokic and your brother up there said too, Jokic is better than KD right now. He's the best player in the series. I disagree. Yeah. I think Kevin Durant is the best player in the series. The problem is
hold on, take a rewind. Based on what? What are you basing that on?
Off his game.
Nice.
Off his game, Kevin Durant's the best player in that series. Off his game, KD's the best player in the series. Jokic ain't done nothing to all world that let us know that he's better than KD outright as a basketball player. Jokic ain't been in no NBA fan. Let no team no NBA final. He did at least KD's done that.
He just better than basketball.
No. But I'm saying right now, no. Even right now, you can pull up KD's numbers right now. His numbers are all world right now. His impact. He only lost. Hold on. Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it full surface. I'm gonna bring it full surface for you, Damo.
Keep going.
If you pull up what KD had won, and listen, I'm not a KD guy. I'm telling the truth. He had won like what the last 15, 16 games that he played before the season ended, before they took that loss? He hadn't lost the game with Phoenix until they got to the playoffs, I don't think.
8-0.
Then before that, they was winning all those games before he got hurt with the Brooklyn Nets. See what I'm saying? So they was rolling then. We got to remember, the Brooklyn Nets were rolling before Kyrie asked for the trade. These are facts. They were rolling in the East. And a lot of people said, hey, man, they gonna turn it around. Him and Kyrie, they all on the same page. They got it going. Then Kyrie asked for the trade. Then he goes over to Phoenix, and they're not losing when he goes over to Phoenix. And he's killing on great efficiency, right? So, and then comes the playoffs. And here's where we part ways right here. If Mookie's boy don't get hurt again, if goddamn Kawhi don't get hurt again, then yes, I do feel like they lose the series in 5 games.
Let me ask you a question. Was KD the best player on the series?
Hold on one second. I feel like they lose to the Clippers in 5 games. But the reason why I think they lose to Denver in 5 games is not because Jokic is better than KD. I just think that they gave up too much, and their bench has been disseminated, and the Denver Nuggets bench and their options are way better. Denver Nuggets got 7 players in double figures. You got Aaron Gordon out here putting it. We talking about Murray and Jokic. Aaron Gordon is out here murdering dudes last game. We talking about them, bro. Then you got to worry about KCP hitting threes. Then you got to worry about Jeff Green, who's a wily vet. And all those other pieces. You got to worry about Michael Porter Jr. getting buckets. So it ain't just about Jokic. Them dudes is loaded. Beyond KD and Devin Booker, Chris Paul is an old head who don't really have it at that consistent level no more.
Jeff Green's a wily veteran, but Chris
and the big fella, is hit and miss. So the team, and then the bench is horrible. No. But you said no. You said they got the best player in the series. That was your key point. That's a lie.
Of what I said.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie.
Why we underrating Jamal?
Not a lie. Hold on. First, I got 3 things to say. One, it's not a lie, and I'll actually give you why. Because Jokic, differently, not as versatile, but he scores just as well as efficiently as KD. They put up around the same numbers. Not as efficient, of course, not as versatile as KD, but he's got lower volume and a better playmaker. So all around, he's a better offensive player today. Not overall, but today, right now in this series. More importantly, to Mars's point about shooting threes, there was a point when the game was still close where Denver had hit 15 threes and Phoenix had only shot 15 threes. You're not going to win in today's NBA against this Denver Nugget team unless you put up a bunch of points. 6 guys in double digits, by the way, not 7. But I would say the biggest thing that stood out to me, and it's been the biggest issue, 2 things with Phoenix. 1, they traded away all their defense to get KD. That's a problem. And 2, Ayton, who I've been saying since how long ago, Jay, that Ayton needs to be gone from this team. He's supposed to be, in his terms, the rim runner, except that he's not rebounding. He's not scoring. Heck, he didn't even have 1 block shot. So what are you doing for this team? You're not scoring on this team. You're not rebounding for this team, and you're not blocking shots. What are you doing? You're standing, like I said, in that first row watching the game. You're not going to beat Denver if he's not doing something, and you're not going to get anything from him. To all the other points that you guys already said, which were valid and true, that's that. If this series goes 5, I'd be impressed. I think you might be looking at KD getting two sweeps in 2 seasons.
This is crazy reactionary.
Ron, I told y'all about the Phoenix Suns, bro. I told y'all this is not a championship team, bro.
They're not.
And when I seen them struggle against the Clippers and Russell Westbrook and role players on closing that series out, man, I'm like, bro, they're gonna have a problem against a team that's deep. They got their best 2 players as well. And not only that, bro, the Phoenix Suns ain't got no bench. They don't have no depth. And outside of D-Book, you only got one guy that consistently gets to the rim and provide rim pressure to get to the free throw line to score hit free throw points. But other than that, man, I just told y'all, bro, like this Phoenix Suns team shoots a lot of mid-range jumpers. They go 5, 6, 7 possessions where they're just hitting middies, but not scoring a lot of they're not shooting a lot of threes. And on top of that, I don't think they even have no good 3-point shooters or good catch and shoot guys, bro, because they just mid at best. So on top of that, they don't have no good on-ball defenders, right, where they can keep up on the ball. Their POA defenders is not good. Even if you put in the lineup, people see there and say, "Oh, they need to go deep in their bench and put all these guys." They're just not really that good offensively and defensively as well. So Denver will win the series about, I would say, 5, maybe 6. But it just shows you that the Suns are just a flawed roster, bro. They're just a flawed roster, bro. It is
Hey,
what
can I
it is.
ask a question real quick before?
Before you say reactionary,
I'm about to. Boy, can I ask a question real quick, Floyd?
let me just answer the question that's coming, because I said if they keep playing this way, they're not going to make it past 4 games. Let's be clear. If they keep not shooting threes and not playing defense. So yeah, go ahead, Ox.
Floyd, it's actually kind of pertaining to what you said. If KD gets swept again, like what does that mean?
Oh,
If KD gets swept again, what it means is that, again, the true answer is that the Suns aren't a very good defensive team. They aren't a very deep team, and they ran into the best team in basketball, which is the Denver Nuggets. So
Okay.
I don't think it affects KD.
Flo, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you think the Suns will have a better chance without KD and you have nothing but the wings and Bridges and Cam Johnson and stuff like that against the Nuggets, or do you think they have a chance with adding KD and having this type of roster? Which team will have a chance?
I think they might.
Previous team.
I think they might have been better before the KD trade.
The previous team, okay. Well, that's what I said.
He was in the NBA Finals before.
Hey, y'all, I'm about to.
That's what I said, man. That's what you get when you traded for a guy like Kevin Durant, bro.
They travel, brother.
Let me leave y'all with this. The beam will light again.
Uh-oh.
Hey, the beam will light again.
It ain't over. It ain't over.
We'll be back. Fluent. Not only that, but Bron will get our vengeance.
Oh.
Bron will avenge us.
I agree.
But all right, y'all. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.
Safe travel, big fella.
DFW is crazy right now.
And like the point of what Mars was saying, like put Chris Paul on the bench, like the point where Mars saying put Chris Paul on the bench, like I don't understand it, because Chris Paul is the guy that runs the offense as well. And when you look at D-Book and you look at Kevin Durant, those guys, especially D-Book, those guys struggle against aggressive defenses, aggressive doubles, aggressive traps. Devin Booker is just not a good playmaker out the double team, or he's just not a good playmaker, period, bro. So, and same thing goes for Kevin Durant. That's why you need a guy in Chris Paul to orchestrate the offense, to get guys in these sets as well, to operate the Spain pick and roll. You need him to orchestrate that, bro. Yes, defensively, he's not that good, but you can say the same thing for most of the players defensively on ball. That's the thing about the Phoenix Suns. They struggling on ball because they cannot stay in front of Murray. They can't. I mean, KD was sagging off of Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon was hitting threes. I don't think that's going to be duplicated again. And these other guys too as well, because the offense they run is motion and all that stuff. So, yeah, bro.
Oh, real quick. I gotta run. I gotta pick up my daughter. A little emergency came up, but just want to say before I go, Lakers in 6. They don't want to see us. I just want to say, Celtics, you better win. I can't stand James Harden. Gotta send him back and send him to Cancun early. Thank y'all for having me. This was dope.
Be easy, D. Be easy, fan.
Later, yo.
Catch you next time, Damo. All right.
Mars, I don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ron.
You got it, chill. Go ahead.
Mars, I don't hate Chris Paul being on the floor, because I think that if you put him in positions where he can orchestrate the offense better,
facts, and
you can hide him a little bit more on defense. You can't hide him totally, but if you can hide him a little bit more on defense, and how can you do that? You can do that by playing zone a little bit more and stretching the defense, as opposed to putting Chris Paul in one-on-one situations like what they're doing with Murray. That you can't do that with Chris Paul, especially at this age. I've said this to you before, Mars. I think Chris Paul has the best job in the NBA. All he has to do is facilitate, get guys like A.M., get guys like KD, get guys like Murray involved in the offense. When you got Murray with the ball, when you got Book with the ball, when you got KD with the ball, that takes away from their ability to play make, because that takes away from their ability to score, because all they doing is getting jumped, looking for other guys. That's Chris Paul's job, to put those guys in position where they can be the most effective. Now, when you're talking about defensively, once again, if we put him in a position where we can put him in spots where he can be productive and hide him a little bit more on defense by playing zone, I think he could be a little bit more effective.
I would agree, but Jokic destroys every zone that's been thrown at him ever. So I don't know how effective zone would be. And I just don't trust Monty Williams to be able to implement a sustainable zone anyway. But I think if Chris Paul did the things that like that Mookie said, like he doesn't run the offense. Like I'm watching Phoenix play. Devin Booker and KD are running the offense. Chris Paul's not doing that. He's not being asked to do it, or he doesn't want to do it, or whatever the case may be. They're using him off the ball. He's not being used to the best of his ability with Devin Booker and KD anyway. So why not just put him in lineups where he's only with one of them? And then at least then, when you do go to your bench units, you're not relying on Landry Shamet lineups. You can go to Chris Paul, and then you can stagger Devin Booker and KD minutes more often because you still have Chris Paul out there catering to that offense. And then, because right now what I'm watching is you have all three of them out there, and then you're trying to stagger lineups in that aspect, but then you end up having lineups where Kevin Durant is only coming off the court for 2 minutes because you need to get Devin Booker off the court. But if you just have Devin Booker and KD in the lineup without Chris Paul, then you can stagger them both more easily because Chris Paul is out there with one or the other at all times. So I just don't like the way Monty Williams is doing. I know you're not going to bench Chris Paul because he's Chris Paul, but even if you start him but then bring him out earlier than the rest, at least at that point he still gets his start and he doesn't have to hurt his ego. But you're not going with him.
In for him?
Well, I was about to say my counter to that, Mars, is getting Campaign more minutes. And he has to play better.
Yeah, Campaign got to play.
That was the main reason why that series went as far as it did last season against New Orleans, because Campaign didn't give them anything off the bench. Well, this season he looks like he's been better. Now I don't understand why he came into the game why they were down 20.
They're playing Landry Shamet over Campaign as a crime.
That's what I don't understand why he came into the game down. I don't understand why Terrence Ross didn't come into the game until they were down 20. Why did Campaign not come into the game? Because Mars, to counter your point, you just talked about how bad Denver's bench was. Well, if that's the case, then if Monty Williams dug into his bench more and got more production from those guys and put those guys in a better position where Campaign, who can speed the game up, he can make those guys better, and that could give Phoenix even more momentum when Chris Paul comes back in the game to get KD involved, to get Book involved, and to take the ball out of their hands where they don't have to do all of that stuff.
And Chilltown, to the point what you're saying too, there was a time where Chris Paul was on the bench, right? And they ran the same lineup that Mars won, was Devin Booker and also Kevin Durant, and they put in a Kogi and they put Tony Craig and I believe it was Shaman as well. Why Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray was on the bench and they were still losing. They were still getting outscored offensively, and they still was getting the Denver Nuggets defensively was still getting stops, forcing turnovers as well. Kevin Durant had like 7 turnovers as well. I've seen Devin Booker struggle.
That might have been the rhythm of the game was already established by that time. He's saying like if you start out a different way, maybe you'll have a different. I kind of
still not going to fix the bench unit because they need scoring off the bench, bro.
No, I'm with you what you said, but I understand what Mars is saying about CP3 being unplayable. Man, it's so much of a mismatch with him and Jamal Murray right now, bro. It's not even funny, man. And it's like, bro, if you're not going to
cover him, he can't.
If you're not going to address the
but Ticket, let me ask you something. Who on the Suns can cover Jamal Murray?
No, we're not saying that. Hold on, we're not saying that. What he's saying is at least because if Chris Paul's got to guard him, his offense ain't going to be right. His offense really ain't going to be right. So he's saying if you at least stagger Chris Paul coming off the bench where he ain't got to really see Murray as much, you might get better production, more efficient production from him in that role, and he doesn't have to worry about getting caught on Murray all the time versus him starting on Murray, getting humiliated, and then because Chris Paul, once he started getting out the game, bro, he started doing dumb shit. Like he'll start doing stupid fouls and he'll get agitated and start hitting dudes in the nuts and stuff like this. Type of stuff he does when you start really cooking him. So I do agree with what Mars said on that, man. Like, bro, they got to get him. Bro, he's getting destroyed. They're offering him after this season. This is definitely his last season in Phoenix.
That contract is radioactive. He's 37 years old.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way.
All right, y'all. What I do want to talk about, and we've alluded to it a little bit, is two guys for the Nuggets that stepped up and played crucially. Obviously, you had Jamal Murray, 34 points, 9 assists, but also Aaron Gordon was balling too. He had 23.6 rebounds on 69% shooting and shot 3 for 4 from the three-point line. How are we feeling about that?
I feel great. I came here and told y'all this year he's an all-star. I told y'all he should have been an all-star this year. Everybody criticized me. Remember I said that?
Aaron Gordon.
But here's the problem with that logic, though. We was trying to figure out in the Western Conference who comes off the crew for Aaron Gordon. Who?
They don't, bro. You had the best, bro. Again, you're the best record in the conference, bro. You're the best record in the conference. Normally, the team with the best record in the conference, you get the 2 top players on the team at that time in the All-Star game. These are facts. We've seen the Warriors have 4 players in the All-Star game with Draymond.
I mean, Anthony
So don't
Davis
give me and Draymond beat out dudes
You
who
still
were.
have to say he was going to come off the All-Star team.
So here,
No, but I'm saying, but you had no.
Let me go through the list. You tell me. You tell me who comes off. You tell me who comes off. These are the forwards from the West.
Hey, hold on. Before you say that, Fluent, that no, I'm gonna cook your ass. As soon as you say that dumb shit you get ready to say, I'm gonna demolish your ass. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I gotta come back for you already. Go ahead.
Kevin Durant,
Okay.
Sabonis,
Okay. Kevin Durant hurt how many games? Let's keep going.
or actually Kevin Durant might have been.
He was an Eastern representative at that.
Let's see who else was West. Laurie Markkinen,
Okay, let's keep going.
LeBron James.
Okay.
Paul George.
He easy to beat. Let him keep going.
Oh, Paul George,
Keep going.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Keep going.
And maybe
Zion.
Zion.
Zion started.
Laurie Markin
Was right.
didn't make the playoffs. Zion
No,
didn't make
but
the
at the
playoffs.
All-Star break. But at the All-Star break, which one of those guys do you take out for Aaron Gordon?
Laurie Markin.
The season he was having at
What?
the
Bro,
All-Star break.
hold on. But I'm gonna say it again. You tell me, when have you remembered a top team in the conference, the number 1 team that didn't get 2 players on the All-Star team?
Most top teams in the
Bro,
conference.
and hold on. And I told you I had Ethan for your ass. I wasn't lying. So Draymond Green, when the Warriors were dominating, he made the All-Star team. He was beating out legit All-Stars like LaMarcus Aldridge, who was in their prime, putting up 20 and 10 and leading their teams with winning records in their conference at that time. He was beating out those dudes to make the All-Star teams, dudes that should have legitimately made the All-Star team, but he was because he was on the best team in the West.
What year
So
did
don't give me Aaron
LaMarcus,
Gordon
did LaMarcus not make it?
Say what?
When did LaMarcus not make the All-Star team?
No, I'm saying, listen, the years Draymond Green made the All-Star team, go back and look at the forwards in the power forwards in the league that didn't make the All-Star team that should have, that were on winning teams putting up hellified numbers leading their team. My point to Fluent is just because he don't like the idea of old boy beat on the All-Star team, Aaron Gordon, doesn't mean Aaron Gordon shouldn't have been on the All-Star team.
I don't like it. I said who's coming off. And just to answer your question, here are just some teams that only had 1 All-Star that were leading. Golden State in 21-22 NBA champs, Bucks in 2020-21, the Lakers in 20, Toronto in 19, Golden State in 18, Golden State in 17, Cleveland in 16, Golden State again in 15, San Antonio in 14, and Miami in 13. All only
Hold on. Those are lies because those guys.
No, that's not a lie.
They won first place.
They were leading the league. They were a top team. They were top team.
No, I'm saying the teams. No, I ain't say that. You try to be slick. Hey, chill town. You try to be slick. I didn't say that. I said the teams. Every team that has been first place. Every team.
10 years, the NBA champion has only had 1 All-Star. So you know what? This is good for Denver.
I said the teams that have been first place, bro. Cut it out, man. You know what I'm talking about. The top teams in each conference have got 2 All-Stars every year in the playoff in the All-Star game.
Miami were the top seed last year, and they only had 1 All-Star.
They would have. Hold on, who was the coach of the All-Star game last year?
I don't know. Miami were the number 1 seed in the East.
No. Who was the coach of the All-Star game for the East last year?
I don't remember.
It wasn't Eric Spoelstra.
Okay, so maybe they weren't the 1 seed at the All-Star break, but they were number 1.
That's what I'm saying. No. That's what we talking about. At the All-Star break.
Now you want me to find? Okay, let's find.
No. I've said it already. I said at the All-Star break, when you vote for the All-Stars, every team, every number 1 seed has put 2 players in. Bro, this is the reason why Mike Malone was complaining about Aaron Gordon not becoming an All-Star. This is the reason why a lot of people in the media was talking about it. His cousin up here, your cousin Shaq, was talking about it on Inside the NBA, saying it was a disgrace that Aaron Gordon wasn't on the All-Star team. And number 1 seed in the West.
I think he's like 17.
When was the All-Star game?
I was just trying to. It was in February.
Yeah, you can look up Shaq's quote. He was on Inside the NBA when he said it. Him, Kenny, all them dudes was talking about how Aaron Gordon should have been on the All-Star team.
All-Star break was from the 17th of February. So
yeah, it was on the 17th. I'm just trying to figure out because like Laurie Markkinen is not coming off the roster. No, he was 22.
Oh, he's coming off, man.
Laurie Markkinen is not coming off.
He should have stayed on, and Paul George should have been off. Period.
Paul George. Oh.
Yeah, Paul George should have been on. too many injuries,
Nah,
too many missed games, and the Clippers. Hold on, and the Clippers weren't even that good at that time.
The Clippers, I think the Clippers was hold on. The Clippers was a top 4 seed.
They was not a top 4 seed.
They was a top 4 seed.
Chicago was the number 1 seed.
They was a top 4 seed.
They were fourth. They were fourth at the All-Star break.
Thank you, nigga. I know I'm not tripping, bro.
Clippers were fourth. Yeah.
And Paul George was averaging what 24, 7, and 4.
Hold on, Mookie. You the same guy who said Paul George should have been an All-Star.
I think
I got you on tape.
Hold on.
Don't do that. See,
hold on.
You said he should have been an All-Star. Now you come up here changing your opinion.
No. You ain't gonna do me like that. I said the way that Kawhi was playing. Hold on. I said the way. Hold on. I said the way that Kawhi Leonard was playing throughout the start of the New Year's, and the way that we was actually winning the game because of him. Not more of Paul George, because Paul George has missed the games as well, and he had that injuries where I believe he sat out for like 2-3 weeks, and the way that Kawhi Leonard was playing some elite basketball in the start of January, I feel like Kawhi Leonard deserved it over Paul George, and that's why I said that.
You sit up there with a straight face on your channel, and you said Paul George when he made the All-Star team, when the selection came out, you said he should not have made the All-Star team, bro. I got you on tape.
No, I didn't say that. I said he should. Hold on. Hold on. I said he shouldn't earned it over Kawhi Leonard. I believe that, yes. Because Kawhi Leonard was outplaying him, and he put a better production than Paul George in the start of the New Year's. And I was shocked because he missed games as well. Paul George missed I believe over double-digit games. I was like, what the freak?
Yo, we got to get into these predictions, though. I need nothing. I guys think it will go.
You said what, Ron? You buffering up.
I need Nuggets and Suns predictions. How many games do we believe it will go?
Nuggets in 5 or 6 games.
Nuggets in 5 games, man.
I'm taking Denver in 6.
Nuggets too deep. They're too deep, bro.
When I saw in the second quarter made me see the second quarter in that game that they played was on Saturday. It made me look like this team can't keep up with Nuggets, bro. When Jokic and Murray was on the bench, and the fact that they were still getting outscored, the fact they were still getting out hustled, the fact that the Nuggets defense, where we sit there and criticize that the questions that we had about Denver Nuggets going into the playoffs were how well their defense could hold up and sustain itself, and the fact that they were still getting stops, forcing turnovers, getting the passing lanes as well. Mixing up the coverage on Devin Booker and mixing up the coverage on KD, I was like, yeah. While Jokic and Murray was on the bench, I said, yeah, this team will beat them in 5 or 6 games. They just too deep.
If they listen to Mars, they could push it to 6. But I don't think they're going to listen to Mars. So I'm going to go with max 5. Max 5.
What you thinking, Mars?
I told you I'm not making predictions. So you keep asking.
Wait, hold on. Would y'all make predictions if somebody said Kings in 5?
I said Kings in 6, but sure.
You said 5.
No, everyone knows I said 6 because I had.
How about this, Mars? Who do you want to win and pick against them? How about that?
No, because that's just disingenuous. I don't want to do that.
No, Mars. Only thing that's wrong with Mars, what he said, is that they don't have a viable option to guard Jamal Murray, bro. Jamal Murray's a monster, bro. They don't have that Canadian.
Would y'all say Jamal Murray has been the best player for the Nuggets?
That Canadian is a monster, bro.
No.
Bro, he back in full effect, bro. And he's one of them dudes. Fluent. He's one of those guys. Murray's one of those guys. We gotta start looking at his playoff performance. He got some playoff performance.
You're just looking at it from a bucket standpoint. You ain't looking at it from an overall.
No, I'm looking at it from this dude.
I'm looking at how Jamal Murray, like at times where he's scoring, it just takes a huge impact on his team offensively in a positive way.
Yep.
And I'm just seeing, and I'm just seeing that in at times where the Nuggets couldn't score or they couldn't get a bucket, and I'm just looking at how well he's just been taking. Off the load off of anybody, just getting a bucket and key crosser runs as well. I'm just like, bro, like his impact is just like, Jamal Murray is elevating his play every single time, bro.
That's why I don't want to.
Go ahead.
No, keep going. He elevating his play. Keep going.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is that. I don't know. I think it's a conversation to be had.
I don't think it's a wash, 100%. I don't think it's a wash, but I think that what Joker does for that unit, how he facilitates the offense. Now, what Jamal Murray is doing, Phoenix is helping out tremendously by putting him in one-on-one coverage. They're helping him out because they're not going to be able to stop him when he's matched up with Shamet. Shamet can't do anything with Jamal Murray one-on-one. He's going to destroy him.
Would you say Jokic in one-on-one situation because they don't want to double Jokic or trap him in anything because you're surrounding him with a lethal shooter and Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. and KCP and etc.
I think that with Joker being in a one-on-one situation, he makes them so much better. That's why they can't double. That's why they can't double Joker, because that means that with any of those dudes you leave open, not just MPJ or Murray, any of those dudes you leave open, they can make open shots, especially getting out in transition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But Murray, as I told Fluent, bro, I'm impressed with that cat. He got some epic playoff performances. He got 50-point games against Spidey Mitch. He got the big games that he played against the Clippers. He got the big games he's playing now against the Phoenix Suns, bro. I'm highly impressed with that dude in the playoffs, and I think he's a gamer, bro. I think he's one of those guys that I should have brought up his name when me and Mars had that debate about one of the best guys and not make an all-star team yet. But then he's had injuries too. But hey, man,
he just looked like, yo, I'm here. You better pay attention to me.
For real.
I'm here.
Come on,
He's him.
And was doing it in a manner like, you guys can't do nothing to stop me.
None of y'all.
He was out there like, for real.
I mean, I seen it firsthand. I see what he did. I see what he did to my Clippers in the Game 7. I'm like, bro, he single-handedly, won the series for the Denver Nuggets, bro. He was amazing throughout the whole entire playoff run, bro. He was great. I think he averaged 28 off of 50, 40, 90 splits, man. I mean, it's very, very rare for somebody to do it in the postseason.
I'm just still stuck on CJ McCollum kicking his ass in Game 7. I'm still stuck on that. That's probably one of the main reasons why I don't talk about him more than I should, which I should talk about him more. I'm just still stuck on that. I got to get off that. I do.
All right, Mars. We need that prediction.
I think Jokic, KD, Devin Booker, and Jamal Murray are all going to play very good, and I think Monty Williams is not a very good coach. That's
hold on. You said Monty Williams is not a good coach?
Not a very good coach. That's what I said.
You said not a very good coach.
Yeah,
so he's a good coach, just not very good.
I disagree with that. I disagree. He got to NBA Finals, bro. And not only that,
Mike Budenholzer made the finals and won a championship.
No. But hold on. Not only that, he turned around the Pelicans. He got wrongfully fired from the Pelicans. He turned that franchise around.
Mike Budenholzer won 60 games with the Hawks. He's still not a good coach.
No, but you're not hearing me. I want you to understand what I'm saying. Monty Williams has been renowned as being a good coach. Nobody has ever came out and accused Monty Williams of not being able to coach, bro. His problem is his hands are strapped because he don't got no bench. They had to forfeit everything to go get KD.
The same for the Memphis Grizzlies.
I watched him get out coached by.
What's the Memphis Grizzlies coach again? I've got the name. Taylor Jenkins. And you want him fired, but the depth around him offensively is not that really great.
Like six NBA coaching jobs.
So apply the same logic to Monty Williams ticket.
You said what?
And I'm not saying Monty Williams is bad.
He hasn't even won a playoff series.
Yes,
Taylor Jenkins ain't done shit.
He was in the second round last year.
My bad. They have had expectations every year, and they have came down from those.
Well, they were an 8 seed. They were an 8 seed and lost to Utah, and then they lost to Golden State and Ja Morant.
As a what seed? What seed were they when they lost to Golden State?
Last year, they were I think they were the 6 seed, 6 or the 7 seed.
I think so.
No,
Golden State was a 3 seed. No,
yeah,
because Minnesota they were a 2 seed. They were a 2 seed, I think.
Yeah,
Golden State was a 3 last year. Golden State,
but they played each other in the second round. I think it was the 2-3 seed because Minnesota was the 7 seed. Minnesota was the 7 seed, and they played them in the round 1, so they were the 2 seed last year.
Memphis is going backwards.
Memphis was the 2 seed.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So
they've been the 2 seed back to back.
Right, and they've had disappointing seasons both years. Every year is the same story, bro. Every year is the same story. They got injuries, something going on, or the team just ain't right, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the team ain't right.
Hurt last year, and then this year, I mean, just they lost.
Bro, they wanted a ticket. They one of the worst half-court offense teams in the NBA, bro.
That's coaching.
They ain't got no great 3-point shooter. It's not coaching. They ain't got no legit floor spaces, bro.
But you the same dude that was praising Luke Kennard when he was with the Clippers.
Man, Luke Kennard, man, listen, that's why the Clippers traded Luke
Don't
Kennard.
do that. Don't do that. I got you on tape, dog.
No.
I got you on tape.
Hold
Y'all
on.
was
This is the
praising
thing
Luke
this is the thing I didn't like about Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard is a regular season player, bro. We never seen Luke Kennard show up in the playoffs, bro. Never. When he was with the Clippers, he never rarely showed up in the playoffs, bro. He's a regular season player that don't let that 40% 3-point shooting fool y'all, bro. He pass up open shots when he's not scoring, when he's not shooting the long ball pretty effectively, bro. He doesn't do jack shit to impact the game. He can't take guys off the dribble. He can't hit the mid range. He can't finish around the rim, bro. He can't rebound. He can't box out. He can't guard on ball. It's like, bro, when he's not hitting the 3-point shots and he's passing up shots, bro, he's unplayable. That's why the Clippers traded him, bro, because he was passing up open 3-point shots and he couldn't drain it down the line.
All I'm saying is I got you on tape praising Luke Kennard.
I was not praising Luke Kennard, man. Look, I praised Luke Kennard because he hit some game-winning shots for the Clippers in the regular season. But I always sat there and said, bro, Luke Kennard, he hasn't shown up in the playoffs. He didn't show up in the playoffs when we played Phoenix. He was unplayable against the Utah series. He's just unplayable, bro. And if that's your best floor spacer, that's your guy that can hit 3-point shots consistently, bro. You're not really a great offensive team, bro. They don't got no floor space. Jared Jackson Jr. can't shoot. Dylan Brooks, they're roaming off of him and force this man to hit wide open jump shots, which he can't hit at all. John Morant ain't got no perimeter game. That's why the Lakers was playing drop coverage throughout the whole goddamn time. It's like, bro, they ain't got no legit floor space and they have core offense. It's terrible. It's disgusting.
All right,
and you're Taylor Jenkins, bro. You're coaching an all-time great. You're coaching a great defensive unit. Offensively, just not good, bro.
Let's go ahead and move on back to the Eastern Conference, and let's talk about the 76ers and the Celtics. I need thoughts and predictions on this series. This is a rivalry, quote unquote, even though Joel doesn't consider it one. How do we feel about this series, Flu? And I want to hear from you first. Thoughts and predictions.
Man, well, I had the Sixers going to the finals. Embiid's health is going to be an issue, so I'm going to stick to it. I'm not going to change it just before the series even starts. So I'm going to stick with the Sixers. I'll give Embiid a game or two to get back and healthy, so I'll go Sixers in 7.
I think Joel Embiid won't play throughout the whole series, man. I think this injury is very, very significant that the Philly doctors and the organization is not really being front for it coming out with. I think that injury is way, way worse than what we think. That being said, I think Boston Celtics are the most complete team in the NBA. This team has gotten better offensively, defensively, they still the same. I think that in this series against the 76ers, I think they would win this series easily in 5 games. Philly might. Yes, 5 games.
Hold on. First of all, let me straighten you up. First of all, Joel Embiid was at shoot around today without a knee brace on. That's first and foremost. So he was in the shoot around working out. Hold on. He was in shoot around working out today without a knee brace on. Right. Mm-hmm. So him saying that he's gonna be gone for the whole series, that may be kept. Secondly, right? The Philadelphia 76ers still have James Harden, who's a 20 and 10 guy. They still got Maxey, who's a 20-point per game guy. And they still got Tobias Harris, who can give you 18, 19 points per game, right? So you still got 3 guys that can still help make a series competitive. Plus, the Philadelphia 76ers were 11-5 this year without Joel Embiid, the fake-ass MVP. So we're not just going to count them out so they can get wiped off the floor if they don't have Joel Embiid. Now, because what that does is it allows other guys to step their level up and play. Now we get to see James Harden try to take his game to another level. And because, like I said before, I like it when you're forced into a position to where you can't now play a second role to where everybody gives you a pass if you don't get it done. Now, James Harden is forced in the forefront. So he has to go back to a similar style of Houston. And he's showing he can do that in flashes where he can go get you 35 points.
Can I ask you a question? When Embiid was out, with the first 2 games against the Miami Heat, right? Did James Harden elevate his play or he disvalued his play? Like,
I agree. That was last year when he was out of shape. This year he's looked completely different.
Well, that's the excuse with James Harden. Y'all always make excuses talking about
I'm saying this year.
The thing is, he did not play well, bro.
Do you not agree? Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you. Do you not agree he looked better this year than he did last year?
Yeah, he looked slightly a little bit better, but I feel like the things that make James Harden great. He
So
does
then let
not
me say
have
this
quick.
to
He
you.
does
So
not
then
have
let me say,
quick.
hold on.
He does not. He's not quick with the ball. He's not quick at getting to the rim. He don't
Hold on, but
no
I
great
want to say
rim
this to you.
pressure.
He's still hold on, but he's still crafty, and he still knows how to put up numbers, regardless of what we say. James
Yeah, but
Harden
that don't
still put up
impact the
22
game
and
to
11
win.
this year,
That's
right or
the
wrong,
thing.
Chilltown.
He led the league in assists.
And we saying this on his worst day. And how
Yeah,
many
but half
rebounds
of
he
that
giving you,
was
Fluent?
Joel
Hold on,
Embiid.
Fluent. How many rebounds is he giving you, Fluent? This is the second option. He give you like 5-6 rebounds a game.
Mm-hmm.
So we talking about we disrespecting dudes a second option that's giving you 22 a game, that leads the league in assists with 11, and that's still getting you around 6 rebounds a game.
Yep.
Now,
but
we're saying, hold on 1 second. We're saying if Embiid misses 1 or 2 games in this series, we're not saying that we don't think James Harden can have a virtuoso performance in game 1 or game 2.
No,
just to keep this series knotted up.
No, I haven't seen it. When have we ever seen it outside of
we seen it during the season? Hold on, we seen it during the season.
That's the season. We're talking about the playoffs. The only time we seen it in the playoffs was, I believe, Game 4 where James Harden shocked the world and dropped damn near 30. But that's about it. What I'm saying is this: when they missing,
what we asking of him is to give us one of those games in the first 2 games. Let's say Embiid.
We asked for James Harden last year. He didn't do it.
He wasn't in shape last year.
Oh my goodness, he's always not in shape. So when he plays bad, it's the excuse without James Harden is he's not in shape. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
Mars.
This the thing. This the thing. When you're missing a guy like Joel Embiid, right? Who is a guy who is their best rebounder, their best post scorer. They run the offense through Joel Embiid, right? That's a big loss on the team, offensively and defensively, bro. Because they don't got no adequate rim protection.
They're 11-5.
They don't got no guy that can provide.
They're 11-5 without Embiid.
But that's regular season. We talk about in the playoffs.
But here's why you a hypocrite. Here's why you a hypocrite. Because you use that same shit against Giannis with the Bucks in the regular season. You said that the Bucks are this good ass team without Giannis, and you use that the Bucks are 11-8.
They are
without
a good team
Giannis during the regular season. But when I put that shit on your ass,
hold on. That being said, me saying that they're a good team without Giannis in the regular season, I'm not gonna sit there and say they can win a playoff series without Giannis Antetokounmpo. No,
I didn't say they can win a series. I didn't say that. But I'm saying if Joel Embiid misses the first 2 games of the series,
he's missing the whole series.
Hold on. I looked at Chilltown and I said James Harden, who still as a second option lead the league in assists, who still give you 22 per game with around 6 rebounds, he should be able to get you 1 game. 1.
Here's the problem with a lot.
They could have given me 1 game
which does make sense, Ticket. But here's the problem. The problem is that injury is way worse. If this was in January, he'd be out till after the All-Star break. He'd be out at least a month. So the idea that he's coming back for this series, I think
he's not even 100% healthy.
I think Boston makes quick work of these dudes. I think they beat them in 5 games. I do. I think they make.
And even Joel Embiid play, they don't have to double consistently like the Brooklyn Nets do. They can literally play Embiid 1-on-1. They got bodies that you can throw at Joel Embiid and key on those shooters. They got on-ball defenders, bro. Boston Celtics is probably one of the only teams that I know that can put out point of attack resistant wing lineups as well, and they still be a very, very positive on the offensive end, bro. And that's why this team is easily going to the finals, is winning the championship, bro. Because when you got guys that can defend, play, make, shoot, rebound, and actually run an offense that they do, a 5-out offense that they do, bro, and they can space the floor out. They got stretch bigs that can space the floor out, rebound, shoot, anchor the rim, protect the rim as well. Bro, Boston's going to win.
The problem with the Boston Celtics is, as good as they can shoot the basketball, they can also shoot themselves out of games. Also, Jason Tatum is a prime example of that. Defensively, they are really good, no question about that. But they could also have lapses defensively, where Marcus Smart does dumb things defensively. But with that being said, I look at this Philadelphia team, and with Joel Embiid being as beat up as he is, and how much they rely on him offensively and defensively, how much they rely on him, and him not going to be able to be in that lineup, I think they make quick work of Philadelphia.
Totally disagree.
Facts.
I think Doc Rivers in Philly. I think Philly has a better team than what we think. And I think when you got 3 guys who can fill it up, I think we're underestimating the fact that we've seen Maxey be able to step his game up in the playoffs.
Hey, Ticket, was you the same guy that said that Atlanta Hawks going to beat the Celtics?
Let me finish.
No, he didn't say that.
Hold on. Let me finish. We've seen Maxey be able to get 40-point games in the playoffs. We've seen, and Maxey, the thing he does is he puts immense pressure on the defense of the Boston Celtics. This is something else Chilltown is not telling y'all. Maxey, his style of play and his ability to get downhill puts immense pressure on Jaylen Brown. So they're not getting a night off because they don't got Joel Embiid, because you still got them. And then Tobias Harris. He ain't forgot how to score the ball without those guys. Tobias Harris had a good series pretty much in the first round of the playoffs. So Tobias Harris is still a guy that's going to give you around 8-9 rebounds per game. He's a guy that's going to give you around 4
Here's the
assists.
difference though with that.
He's going to give you – hold on. But listen what I'm saying. Hold on. But listen what I'm saying, OG. That's what I'm saying. I'm still saying Doc got options. Yes, it ain't like he losing Embiid and he ain't got no more scoring. They still got 3 dudes that can average 20 plus.
Right. But with that also being said, you talk about Maxey as putting pressure on guys as a transition player, but that's because of athleticism. But Boston doesn't lack that. So Jaylen Brown,
they got guys.
I'm saying he makes them. It's not like they're gonna get the night off. He makes them defend.
Right. And nobody's saying that.
Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on, because I'm not finished with my breakfast yet, nigga. So then, not only do he make them defend, guess what? Boston don't got no great interior presence to where they're destroying Philly inside. So now we talking guard play versus guard play, right?
So you telling me Robert Williams ain't a good lob threat?
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that logic, though, Ticket. You just said they don't have a great interior presence. Well, Philadelphia's interior presence, he's not going to be around either, which means that's canceling out.
So that's why I said it's a guard play.
Right, and they got better guards than Philadelphia.
They got better guards.
They got better wings.
And they got bodies that you can throw on Maxey and Harden.
100%.
That's the reason. Okay. You're gonna learn your lesson this series, sucker. You didn't learn against Atlanta when Atlanta got him 2 games. You're gonna learn it. And listen. Them Atlanta guards put pressure on their ass, nigga. They almost took them 7. The Atlanta guards, when the big man Clint Capella didn't want to play like shit.
You think Paul Reed gonna hold his own on the board? You tell me Paul Reed go get some rebounds?
I'm not talking. Listen, I'm gonna say this one more time. Bro.
Paul Reed.
Maxey has shown us that he can be a big-time playoff performer. Last year, he was the second best player on the team in the playoffs. He was putting up big numbers. We acting like he don't exist. We acting like Tobias Harris ain't a good player.
Yeah, Tobias is really the X factor.
Just capping that shit out, man.
If Tobias can ball, they'll be all right.
If Tobias giving you 19 and 8, Maxey giving me like 23, and Harden giving me around 25, I got a shot.
Mars, can we hear your predictions on this series?
I had Philly going to the finals before the season.
Yes, he did.
And Joel got hurt, wow. So are you reevaluating things? Or
I've been wrong about every series anyway. I might as well stick to it. It doesn't make much of a difference. But the stuff I've just heard for the past 5 minutes is pure nonsense and pure stats and nonsense.
How is it nonsense?
Tyrese Maxey's been terrible against Boston all year long. Every time he's played Boston, he's been terrible. Also, someone putting up just 23 points a game, like that doesn't mean much. Like, it's about the value of the points. Tyrese Maxey, large chunk of his offense comes off the gravity that Joel Embiid brings. His ability to get downhill comes off the fact that he's attacking closeouts, off the fact that Joel Embiid's drawing double teams. So just because Joel Embiid isn't there doesn't mean he's just automatically going to score more points, because he's going to have to create for himself more. So just you blindly spewing out the box score and how many points this guy can put up, and that's not how basketball works.
I'm not blindly spewing out anything.
That's a good point. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good point.
So what the hell you talk about?
You spewed out.
That's why I said that. That's why I said being out is maybe more difficult for the 76ers.
That's fine. You can play basketball. All you did was say James Harden 22 and 11. Make that go up to 25.
You the same dude said Steph Curry couldn't get 2 games. You the same dude that said Steph Curry couldn't get 2 games on the road. And it's about nuts and guts. And I know about it because I understand about being in them type of situations. Guess what? Stats don't tell that shit that's inside your chest. And I'm going to say this to you right now. I like Maxey. I think Maxey has a lot of heart. I think Maxey will accept the challenge. I think Maxey likes challenges like this to where he is empowered and given more responsibility. I think Maxey won all the smoke. So all that shit you talking about, what he did and he didn't do, well, we'll see. Game 1's tonight, right, sucker? Ain't game 1 tonight, Chilltown?
Yes.
So when Maxey start dancing on these niggas, and I don't want to hear a word. And then, like I said, Tobias Harris, forever forgotten and disrespected one. Tobias Harris, this dude was leading his own team, led the Clippers to a winning record, to the playoffs before he got sent over there to Philly. So Tobias Harris is a dude we've seen that has the ability to get you 20 points, 9 rebounds, 4 or 5 assists. He can do that. Okay. So, hold on. Like I said, and then let's not forget one last thing, Chilltown and Mars. We've seen the Boston Celtics play down to competition. We've seen the Boston Celtics not have a killer instinct and knock out teams when they're supposed to. We've seen the Boston Celtics, sir.
Like who? Like who?
Just now, the Atlanta Hawks. They were supposed to sweep them niggas.
Okay.
They let them in the series. They almost won 7 with those guys. Hold on. Let me finish.
One series where they lost.
And let's go back to the regular season. Let's go back to the regular season. And that was just in the first round. That was against a playing team. In the first round, they almost won 7. Fuck out of here. What are we saying? And guess what? Truth be told, I like Philly guards better than I like Atlanta's Hawks guards. I like the Philly combination of guards better than I like the Hawks combination of guards. They're going to play smarter. They're going to play more intelligent. And they're going to have a better level of coaching over there with Doc and Sam Cassell over there on the bench. So they're not going to do dumb shit. They're going to keep this game close. This ain't going to be no blowout. And they're going to have a chance to take this game. You watch what I tell you.
Did you underestimate Boston? Hold on a second. Did you underestimate Boston when they walked your where they walked your guy Giannis Antetokounmpo down in Game 7 where Giannis Antetokounmpo didn't perform?
Hey, that's the thing. Hold on. Giannis Antetokounmpo had 30 points and 20. He had 20. He had like 25 points and 20.
And he lost. And he lost.
Hold on. You right. Hold on. Mookie. But at least he played, unlike that crippled paraplegic that you praise in Kawhi Leonard, who can't never stay on the damn court, but you run around here calling him Don Don. So wrap that shit up. Wrap that shit up. You don't want to hear about that. He's done, nigga.
I know your man Giannis Antetokounmpo played. Your man Giannis Antetokounmpo played.
Tell his ass to go get a pamper and sit it down.
He got outplayed by Jason Tatum. And in the Game 7 in the second half, he blew up layups. He couldn't guard Grant Williams. He didn't play well. So let's call it how it is. You don't praise. You get on LeBron James.
You can say Mookie.
Praise his numbers,
but he didn't win.
He didn't win, nigga.
Mookie, you can say whatever you want to say about Giannis, Mookie. Hey, Mookie, listen. Hey, I'm cool with whatever you want to say about Giannis, but I want you to remember 2 things, boy. And it's 2 things that's the best thing you ever damn know. Your boy, the dude you praise that's always hurt, that's always
the same guy that walked out Giannis. The same guy that walked down Giannis
that's always hurt. That's always got bad knees. Oh, weak knee, nigga. Now I'm gonna tell you something about him, right? It's the same dude that got an Andre Iguodala MVP award with the San Antonio Spurs, right? Because he was a 4th option on that team. And then let's not say how he went to the Toronto Raptors, who are already an established team in the East, who are already one of the better teams in the East. When LeBron James went to the West Side, his ass got to the finals, and he was a beneficiary of injuries to Klay Thompson.
Toronto was mid, nigga. Toronto was mid. They was losing. They only beat to the conference finals one time. They got their ass walked down. Kawhi Leonard came there, won a championship. Watch your guy that you sat there and said, hold on, watch your guy. Hold on. Watch your guy that you sat there and said is the best player in the goddamn world for 2-0. Guarded his ass, locked his ass down.
Went up there and set. It went up there.
All right, I had to mute both of them, yo. We got a few more super chats that we gotta get in.
Why you unmute me, bro?
Y'all is wild.
My bad. He praised a dude. Hey, chill. He don't praise a nigga. Went up there. He the only nigga in NBA history.
You praising the nigga that lost.
Go sit in the only nigga in the NBA history to go sit in the skybox.
Outside, hold on. Let me ask you something. Outside that hospital ring that Giannis won in 2021, what has Giannis done in this league, bro?
Mo, come on, man, don't do that, yo. What we talking about?
Come on, bro. Answer the question, bro. He's been getting walked down. Not only got walked down, but he got his ass beat.
Really quick. So
got his ass beat in 5 games.
So really quick, rewind last year really quickly. In that Game 6, there is not much more he could have done. He went almost 50 and 20 in that game. Let's make sure we clear on that. He went 44. Not only did he do that, the Boston Celtics, that unit, they did a great job in jumping him. Meanwhile, the production that they got from Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, that whole group, Giannis was all of it in that Milwaukee, in that Game 6. There you can't get a better performance than that. That wasn't just smoke and mirrors in that game. Giannis was absolutely fantastic. He emptied it in that game. 100% he emptied it in that game.
We understand.
They had 3 dudes on that Boston team that scored 20. 3 dudes scored 20 in that Game 6. 3 of them. And not only just 20, we had Jason Tatum.
Was the game close in the 4th quarter, yes or no?
Yes, and they both went back and
forth.
And
who outplayed who in that 4th quarter?
They both went back and forth.
Jason Tatum outplayed Giannis Antetokounmpo down the 4th quarter. Not only that, Tatum was cooking. Hold on. Jason Tatum in that game 6 was cooking Giannis Antetokounmpo drop coverage.
Lopez didn't get
and on top of that, Giannis Antetokounmpo in a Game 7.
That is not true.
Where you needed him to play the best basketball that he ever played. In the second half, he did not perform to his standard, was missing wide open layups at the rim, and got cooked by Grant Williams on the switch out on the perimeter. So when you're looking at Giannis Antetokounmpo and throughout the whole totality of that series, and I'll talk about in Game 5. Y'all don't talk about in Game 5 where Giannis Antetokounmpo missed that free throw, right? If he would have missed the free throw, he would have lost the game. And I believe it was Drew Holiday or Bobby Portis got the tip in, and they won their goddamn game off their tip ins as well. So when we talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, and we seen him get walked down in 2019, we see him losing 5 games in the bubble against the Miami Heat. We seen him now underperform to an 8 seed Miami Heat team who's been mid throughout the whole entire of the year, and that Brook Lopez was giving you 36 points. Yeah. Bro, answer the question, Ticket. What has Giannis Antetokounmpo did?
Okay, Ron. I'm gonna do this, and then we're going to the next. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. Hold on. I'm gonna put. And you call this man the best player in the world? Hold on. If the best player in the world missed 15 fucking free throws, lost to an AC with this Grizzlies team, you be killing them. Mookie, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put you in a 6'6" pound box, and then we moving on. All right. So look, check this out, Mookie. With all you said, right? The same dudes you come on here and praise, weak knee, right? The same dude, Kawhi Leonard, that you come on here and praise to the highest level, got carried in the fourth quarter with the Toronto Raptors to win a championship.
When?
Those are facts. Am I lying, Chilltown?
No.
Who closed that series out? Wasn't Kawhi?
He got carried?
Yeah, he got carried by Fred VanVleet.
Or was it taking
and what you call it? He carried his ass and down the stretch. So don't come in here talking about some close the deal, this, that, and third. Fred VanVleet and them boys closed the deal for him, and Kyle Lowry and them closed the deal in the NBA Finals.
I think Kawhi fed the hot hand.
Nah, he fed the hot hand. Now he fed the hot hand, right?
Yes, he fed the hot hand. That's nothing wrong with that. When you fed the hot hand, when you carried your teeth throughout most of the 2019 series. You fed the hot hand, bro. That's be the team player.
All right, Mookie, we got to keep it pushing. I gotta jump into a few of these super chats. Brian Holiday said there's not enough creation outside of Brunson, alluding to the New York Knicks in their offense.
They need Julius Randle.
BD Productions said if Jokic wins this year or Giannis wins another championship, are they over KD in terms of greatness?
Nope.
No, hell no.
Christopher D said KD's ball handling when dribbling through tight spaces is kind of sus. Those 7 turnovers got to get cut down moving forward.
Celtics exposed that last year. They counting KD's dribbles now too. They counting his dribbles, and KD got to tighten up with that. And KD step out of line on the baseline. He turns it over a whole lot on the baselines too. I noticed that.
That's court awareness.
Those baselines, he turns that ball over a whole lot of them.
That's court awareness. He does do that.
The Tribe once said we forgot about Jokic and AD was the duo for 2 years.
Don't disrespect Facu Campazzo, Monte Morris, and Will Barton. It was a good team right there.
The Tribe one again said Suns are talented, more talented than the Nuggets.
No, they're not.
They are folding.
No.
Don't stall them out.
No,
yes, not. Jokic is the best in the West. Been that for a couple now.
They're not the best talent. They're not the most
TJ Warren's done, bro. TJ Warren's nowhere near the bubble, bro. It's over with, dog.
Yeah. No, they're not.
TJ Warren out there looking like Kawhi. He can't hardly walk.
Vamp said, do players become unplayable if they haven't got enough burn in a series? Thinking about guys like Campaign, is there too much risk trying them out?
No, because these dudes want to play. So that dude sitting over there, he's not sitting over there going, well, I ain't played. Let me go get myself. No, he wants to play. And that's why these guys are professionals. So no, that's not true.
The Tribe one said Giannis is the only player to have 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 50 assists in a playoff series versus the same Celtics KD played against.
Box score merchant. That's what we call him.
That's fire, Mookie. All right, y'all, a couple more. Worldwide Wyatt said, if Denver wins the chip and Jokic performs well, does he pass Giannis as the unofficial best player in the game?
I think Steph Curry is the best player in the world.
Steph Curry is the best player in the game right now. So I mean Steph Curry is the best player in the world right now, bro.
Yeah.
I think Jokic can be the best in the world.
If he wins the championship?
I don't know. It just depends on how well.
Is he your best player in the world right now, Morris?
My top three's been interchangeable for like 2 years. Jokic, Giannis, and Steph have been my top three. I don't know who's like on any given day.
You think Jokic is better than Embiid?
I agree.
Yeah. We spoke about this before months ago. And
Damn, that's
yeah.
crazy.
And Embiid's losing me because every time I try to put faith in him, and I'm like, oh, one player for an Embiid, that's all I need, and I'll push every agenda.
That's it. Just one, Mars.
And
That's
then,
it. I
and
don't
then,
need
and
5
then he
or
goes
6.
and gets, and then
Yeah,
he goes
that
and
is
No,
that
I
is
just
true.
need
Like,
one.
that's
That's
yeah.
it. One.
So I've given
I
up on
told you
ranking.
that for
Just show me you can do it one time. That's it.
every year, bro. The same thing with that guy, man.
He's so talented, so skilled, bro. Like it just
No,
it's
Mookie
envious,
better
bro.
than that. It's not. He's better than that. Don't leave him right there. He's better than that. That's
I
why I
know.
just did one time, just once.
Yeah. Damn, man, that is just sad, man.
Kwabe said the panel Battle of the Narratives edition.
So says the dude who got a picture of LeBron James on his avatar. Let's keep going.
Nas said Ticket and Fluent. Is it still trade AD?
Yes, you trade him now because you know he's gonna get hurt.
That's why I can't bet on the Lakers because I'm not sure if he's gonna hold up physically.
Right.
Yo, what AD did
Don't give him
defensively,
a-
what AD did defensively last year was all time great, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. His defense was all time great in that series against
Oh,
the
he's a
Grizzlies,
great
bro.
defensive player. There ain't no question. It's the other stuff. Go
What-
ahead,
what-
bro.
Can he hold up? That's it. Can he hold up? His game ain't in question.
All right,
100%.
y'all. And last but certainly not least, Jeremy Sanchez said, Salk this Knicks talk. I think he said, stop this Knicks talk. Yeah, they stopping Jimmy. Come on. Y'all keep hating on the Heat culture every year. And what happens? Success every year.
Well, y'all got swept by the Bucks a couple years ago, so that couldn't have
Smoked out the
Y'all got
playoffs. You didn't
swept
lose.
by the
Smoked.
Yeah.
Like, get them out of
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Stop talking like the Miami Heat are a perennial powerhouse. No, they not.
Right. That I mean, y'all got smoked by.
Get out of here with that.
Right. Y'all just came
All right,
back and
fellas.
with the 30 special. Good.
Y'all know where to find us. Tomorrow, Tuesday, y'all know we coming at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. We'll see you then.
Hey, Mars, you tell that punk dub. I said I'm looking for his ass.
No doubt.